star of the hit series Heated Rivalry, is set to make his runway debut at D2's show during Milan Men's Fashion Week today. The casting is scoring a goal with fans, considering the brand's Canadian roots and the show's Toronto ties, fueling fashion world buzz around Williams and co-star Connor Story. The duo's rapid rise has seen them attracting top stylists and major luxury brands. And since the hit series HBO Max, both have landed high-profile magazine shoots and made a Golden Globes appearance as presenters as well.
Kind of reminds me of us at the beginning of the show. We were getting all those modeling offers.
You know, we were a hot ticket at the time. And that cools off.
A lot of people don't realize that originally the conceit of the show is that we were lovers. And,
I know.
And then obviously we had to admit that we were not. But it worked for the beginning.
Yep, it got our foot in the door.
Yeah.
Look what happened. Pamela Anderson says that seeing Seth Rogen at the Golden Globes felt weird, admitting she left the ceremony early after spotting him in the audience. She criticized Rogen for producing Pam and Tommy, the show, without her consent, saying, "I'm a living, breathing human being over here. Hello." Anderson explained the series depicted the worst time in my life and argued that personal tragedies shouldn't be fair game for TV. While she imagined confronting Rogen, she said, she ultimately kept her distance and went home feeling a little yucky. Despite lingering hurt, Anderson said that she's been focused on work and reminding herself that there's worse things going on in the world. And she hopes one day that Rogen will apologize to her.
She's had a career resurgence. I would listen. That's her life. She has absolutely every right to feel the way that she does. Mm-hmm. But the Pam and Tommy miniseries, I guess you'd call it, or series, really paints her in a really good light. I mean, makes her, the victim and shows what she went through.
Right, but I guess maybe she just wants to let that part of her life go.
That's her prerogative.
Yeah.
And it showed how vulnerable she was, and she didn't get to tell the story. They kind of made it around her.
And that's the issue.
Yeah.
I'm sure, So she has every right to feel that way.
All right, let's see. One more kind of semi-heavy story, and then we'll move along. The dominoes continue to fall for Timothy Busfield as he remains behind bars on charges of sexual assault against two 11-year-old twin brothers. The actor and director has been dropped by Innovate Artists. A rep for the company confirmed Busfield was no longer with the agency, but declined to comment further. The West Wing and Field of Dreams star was with IA for several years prior to this week, so they've let him go.
Man, this stuff is starting to. Yeah. Now the other stories are coming out, and that's really when it just it's hard to come back from something like this.
An Instagram post. We'll move on to some lighter stuff.
Yes, please.
That Nicole Richie's 18-year-old daughter has revealed that Nicole Richie's 18-year-old daughter has decided on a name change. Nicole had posted happy birthday wishes to her teen in the caption, 18 years of you, Kate Madden. But her oldest child's name is Harlow. So what's the deal with that? So she was talking to People Magazine this week, and Richie shed some light on the different names, saying, she goes by her middle name. She has her whole life. Her actual full name is Harlow Winter Kate Madden. So now she's just officially making it Kate.
She had briefly flirted with using John, and it was too confusing.
John Madden.
Yeah.
I think that's taken. Yep. Boom. So from time to time, people will use their middle name. Pierre, that was his middle name.
Did you ever, did you ever float out an alternate name for a while?
No, I never did.
Ever use your,
my middle name is O'Neill.
Yeah.
So it's got it's
a tougher one.
Yeah, it's got a parenthesis.
I was always cool with,
what's that thingy thing called?
Apostrophe.
An apostrophe.
A duodenum.
Yeah.
A thingamajigger.
The thingamajigger. I don't know. Yeah, I was always okay with my name, but I know I have 2 or 3 friends who changed. My friend Nicholas, that's his middle name. His first name is Rocco.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom's name is Conra. It is my middle name, so that was never a choice.
Right.
But when she's like ordering food, it's always Jan.
Jan? Really?
Just when you try to say like Conra over the phone or to somebody behind a register.
Where does Jan come from? Have you ever heard the story?
It's her middle name. I just realized that.
Gotcha.
She's a Brady Bunch fan.
Okay.
Could have very well have been Alice.
All right, speaking of names, Giselle Bundchen and Joaquim Valente have been keeping their baby boy's name to themselves, but mom may have just given fans and followers a hint
Can I guess?
as to what it might be. Sure.
John Madden?
No. Well, I can't verify
Okay.
or
All right.
can't confirm that or not. The child is coming up on his first birthday next month, and still his name has not been revealed publicly. But in a new Instagram post featuring a carousel of pictures, one photo offered a clue. In a photo, Giselle is wearing a gold and diamond necklace that contains 4 letter pendants, J, B, V, and A. So if J is for the husband, and B and V are for the older kids, Benjamin and Vivian, then A could very well be for her youngest. We just have no freaking idea what it is.
Maybe it's just a baby.
Maybe it's just A baby. Can you check on A baby? So the on-again, off-again relationship of Jacob Elordi and Olivia Jade is apparently on again. The two were seen leaving a hotel in New York City together on Wednesday, climbing into an SUV as they were joined by Elordi's dog, Layla. The interesting thing, Elordi was spotted getting up close and personal with Ana de Armas at the Golden Globes in Beverly Hills on Sunday.
Oh, man.
Elordi and Jade dated for 4 years before calling it quits in August, and then they briefly reunited before officially going their separate ways in October. So they might be at it again. I don't know.
I think Ana de Armas wins in this battle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She is stunning. So here is, we've got confirmation. A new Hotel Transylvania movie is in the works.
So what is this, number 4?
That is a good, 5.
5.
actually.
5? Wow.
Yeah, while speaking with Variety at the Golden Globe Awards ceremony recently, Keegan-Michael Key revealed that he was going to start work on Hotel Transylvania 5 soon. Key plays Murray the Mummy in the franchise, having appeared from Hotel Transylvania 2 onward. Meanwhile, a second series based on the franchise is currently in production for Netflix, reportedly set to premiere next year. So far, the franchise has seen the release of 4 films, 3 short films, several video games, and 1 TV series.
I enjoyed that original movie.
Yeah,
It was cute.
I thought so. I've watched parts of a couple of the other ones, and it's still fun, you know.
Works for me, yeah.
I do love the Adam Sandler Dracula. He's great.
It's terrific.
Blah. I don't say blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
After Game of Thrones finished its 8th season run, there was serious talk about a series following the continuing adventures of Jon Snow, played by Kit Harington, as he was exiled to a life north of the Wall. Those discussions eventually stalled, and HBO's attention moved to House of the Dragon and A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. With the success of those shows, however, it seems the network might be thinking that they've moved on from the Jon Snow project too quickly. In a profile of Game of Thrones creator George R.R. Martin by The Hollywood Reporter, it's reported that HBO is revisiting the idea of a Jon Snow spinoff of some type.
They're making alterations. In this version, he's going to run a car wash.
While the project is in its earliest stages, the report says the focus may move from Jon Snow's life beyond the wall to adventures in some more climate-friendly, friendly ethos.
God, I remember when that guy, that character,
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, just dominated pop
Yeah.
culture.
You and I have the same algorithm. Have you seen the thing about Kit Harington and how he kind of got his first role in television? He showed up to. He actually got into like a fist fight the night before his first ever audition.
Really? A fist
And-
fight?
Yeah, and that's not the type of guy he was.
Right.
And so he ended up going in with a black eye. And he's not like, and he was thinking about not going. He's like my face is all effed up or whatever.
And that's what got him the role?
And that's what got him the role.
no kidding.
His first role ever was like this rough and tumble sort of guy, and the black eye.
Same
ended
thing
up-
happened with Audrey Hepburn for Breakfast at Tiffany's. She got into a bar fight.
No way.
Yeah.
I did not see that. No.
Okay, all right.
No, that's an interesting story. I have lately, though, been dabbling, pulling up YouTube clips of Game of Thrones, and who knows? I may
Are you
have-
going to redive?
I don't know. You never know. It's so good.
Well, I've seen the trailers for the series that is really dragon reduced.
Yeah.
What is the one that's really sort of more historical based?
Yeah,
if you
it's
can
this,
say that.
This one coming up.
Yeah.
It's something in egg. I forgot the name of it, but
Ham and Egger.
Ham and Egger. There are also reported discussions on having Arya Stark, Maisie Williams, join the project as well. So that would be pretty damn cool.
Did you see the pics from the Tomb Raider series?
I did.
Yeah.
With Sansa Stark.
Yeah. Looks good.
Yeah, I just saw it this morning. Yeah, she's done up as Laura Croft and looks great.
Yeah.
So we'll see how she does.
Game correct uniform.
Yep. Amazon has greenlit Fallout Shelter, a reality competition spin-off of the hit Fallout TV show, with that show being based on the Fallout video game series. So they're gonna do a reality competition. It's been greenlit for this.
All right. I'm intrigued. It simultaneously sounds incredibly stupid and intriguing.
Fallout Shelter is also a free-to-play simulation game, first released as a mobile game. The project comes from Studio Lambert, the team behind another reality competition spinoff of a popular TV show, and that would be Squid Game The Challenge. So did you watch any of that, Squid Game The Challenge, the actual reality
No, I
contest?
watched the original season of Squid Game. That was my...
I'm not sure if how you would have compared, because maybe it'll be similar.
It sounds like it might be.
The 10-episode series will feature contestants inside Vault Tech vaults as they take on challenges and a few strategic dilemmas, maybe even wrestle with some moral questions, all while trying to get their hands on a cash prize.
I did watch the Italian version, which was Calamari Games.
Games.
It was good.
Yeah. All right, fans of Jimmy Kimmel Live are familiar with the host sidekick and co-star Guillermo Rodriguez, and now they can get familiar with his new salsa that he is releasing. The television personality announced that he's launched Guillermo's Salsa, which started showing up on shelves at Costco locations across the Northeast yesterday. He said, I dreamed about the salsa back in 2003, and now you can eat my American dream. It's made with beautiful ingredients that everyone can pronounce. The statement breaks the salsa down. He said, Guillermo's Salsa is built around the idea that simple is best, real ingredients, zero nonsense, and flavor that delivers. It's fresh, cold salsa made with chopped tomatoes, lime juice, onions, cilantro, and peppers, the way Guillermo's abuela used to make it.
I wonder if you could fully stock, or at least come close to fully stocking a supermarket with celebrity products. Right?
Yeah.
You have the Paul Newman stuff. You have, who else? I mean, there's so much stuff.
Paul Newman's the first thing that came to mind.
Right.
I'm trying to think of who else.
I was in Walmart the other day, and there was a frozen food section. I think it's Walmart exclusive of Drew Barrymore, Gordon Ramsay, and somebody else. And
I almost
maybe
feel like
it's like
Gordon
Guy
Ramsay
Fieri.
doesn't count.
Yeah, because
Yes,
he's
yeah,
a
chefs
chef.
count?
He's a chef first.
I don't think so.
No, when
Okay,
you're a
yeah.
chef first, it
Yeah.
doesn't count.
Okay.
Then I can't think of any others than Paul Newman.
Because you keep seeing, who do we have in with our, from Stranger Things.
Yeah, Cara DeBuono. Cara DeBuono, yeah. They pop up from time to time. All right, we have some new movies that are opening this weekend, and if you hang out for just a moment, we'll tell you all about them. So we got 28 years later, The Bone Temple.
You know what I mean?
How many of these have they made now?
Well,
So
they
you had-
literally just did a 28 years later.
These are
Yeah.
both done at basically the same time.
So it's like part two?
Except Danny Boyle did not direct this one. He produced it.
Okay. Because you had 28 days, then 28 months, and
28 years.
28 years later,
And then Trainwreck.
and then Trainwreck. Okay. So it stars Ray Fiennes, Alfie Williams, and Aaron Kellyman. In a continuation of the epic story, Dr. Kelson makes a discovery that could change the world as they know it, and Spike's encounter with Jimmy Crystals becomes a nightmare he can't escape. In the world of the Bone Temple, the infected are no longer the only threat to survive. The inhumanity of the survivors can be stranger and more terrifying. Hour and 50 minutes long. It's rated R. It's a wide theater release. Rotten Tomatoes score gives it a very chunky 93% score. Then you have Sentimental Value opening. It's a drama. It stars Renate Renz.
Yeah.
I don't know. Stellan Skarsgård, Elle Fanning, and sisters Nora and Agnes reunite with their estranged father, the charismatic Gustav, a once renowned director who offers stage actress Nora a role in what he hopes will be his comeback film. When Nora turns it down, she soon discovers that He has given her part to an eager young Hollywood star. Suddenly, the two sisters must navigate their complicated relationship with their father. It's 2 hours, 13 minutes long. It's rated R, wide theater release, and it also gets a really good score of 97% at Rotten Tomatoes.
So Stellan Skarsgård, I think he won either the Golden Globe or the Critics' Choice Award for his performance in this movie.
No kidding. All right, so there's two great movies that are opening this weekend. We also have some clips to play. Happy's Place tells the tale of two sisters who inherit a Knoxville, Tennessee bar from their father. And here Reba McEntire discusses how community coming together can solve anything.
We work it out together. I think that is the strength of the show, is that no matter what problems each individual brings in, we as a group help each other to make it either go away or we fix it.
Suck my and shut the up, huh?
Wow,
Reba's got
great.
that full-on authentic Southern accent.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I like her a lot.
thick one, yeah.
But she, in the world of country music, she's a deity.
Oh, big time, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
New episode, Happy's Place, is 8 o'clock tonight. That's on NBC. And here is the next one. Oh, here we go, Steve. A Game of Thrones spinoff, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
That's it.
That's what it is. Delves into the legend of Sir Duncan the Tall. And here, Peter Claffey discusses how years as a rugby player helped him with the role.
I suppose that there was a lot of physical training and preparation that went through those years of my life. Lent itself to things like combat skills and stuff, maybe even horse riding and things like that. It was easy to sort of get into the thick of those things in preparation. So it did help massively.
Season premiere of Night of the Seven Kingdoms, Sunday, 10 p.m. on HBO. So that is coming up.
Are you going to take a dive?
Yeah, I think at least I'm going to take a sample.
Yeah.
And see how that goes, and maybe it'll hold true to the greatness of that one awesome series. So. All right, and that's the entertainment report for today. We'll dive into the Connoisseur. It's a Friday morning. Like I said earlier, Guy Torry is going to be at Helium Comedy Club, and he's going to stop by and spend some time with us this morning. We give away our Word of the Week prize, and just reminding you of some of the cool things we have coming up here at the radio station. So we'll take a quick break, come back in a moment. We have a beautiful sunrise starting. No clouds in the sky so far, so it's going to be nice and crisp and clear, but cold as you start your weekend. We'll be right back. Stay with us. 35 very specific things you saw every single time you went to your grandma's house. And I remember, and obviously this was pre-video games and all that stuff, when I was a kid, when I would be at my grandparents' house and I would have like all day by myself just wandering around. I mean, there were other people in the house, but there was no other kids to play with. And
Nothing for you to do.
I needed to kill time. I had to kind of just find things to get into and do. So I would do a lot of just going through dresser drawers and just, whatever, just nosing around. And I remember things like playing with my grandfather's old shoe shine kit.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did they have the buffer thing, too, that, like, spun two ways?
Not the electrical one, but, like, the brushes and all. And obviously I'd get into the shoe polish itself, which is a total mess. But I remember things like that. Marissa, you brought in, for show and tell, the old adding machine with the hand crank and all that stuff. That my other grandparents, they had one of those. I would always play with that.
Well, I clearly remember there's certain things that you would have. Like I remember so my grandparents passed away, years ago. But they were. I remember going to the house enough. Their various houses. They lived in Staten Island and then Flagler Beach, Florida. And the thing I remember, Preston, is they had that old style TV remote. With like a button on and off, and like one thing that would manually turn the dial, and the thing looked like what in Star Trek they had those tricorders. It was that freaking big, and that was a big thing at my grandparents' house.
So here are some items, and feel free. I would like to hear from you guys listening. 215-263 WMMR. Like this one says, an old vacuum cleaner from at least 1979 that had one of those really big bags that filled up with air and got really warm whenever she used it.
Also, and when it would develop a small tear, it'd be like a fog machine coming out of it because we'd blown the dust right out that vent.
My aunt kept my grandmother's, and she used it for a haunted house that she would have at her house. It was like part of their haunted house was this old vacuum with the bag on the back of it.
Oh, my God.
Nice.
I remember playing with the sewing machine.
Sewing machine.
yeah.
You know, I don't know why. It was fascinating to me.
During visiting time, if your parents were there to visit and you were, as you said, there were no other kids around, unless you had cousins or whatever. But if you're not, you had to play with the house.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
had to find things.
I got an example for you for that, Steve, because I have two younger brothers, and so when we would go to this is my dad's parents' house. My mom, my grandmother on that side, she was the one that said the cassette player.
Right.
So it's that family, and they had a laundry chute. Now,
Oh, man.
Dude, that's a home run.
it's pretty much an indoor slide, and you can send things down, and if you're really adventurous, you can send things back up. And so we would play with that.
Send your brother
for
down.
hours. Yes, Josh was small enough at the time; you could try to cram him in, which was always discouraged. But that was entertainment for I don't know, 2 hours, 3 hours.
That's pretty cool.
You would send your action figures down through that.
Absolutely.
Like, Luke Skywalker.
Yes.
Where's he going?
Yeah,
he's going down the garbage chute.
Hell yes. Absolutely.
We would always have like this. I don't remember like going through their stuff or anything like that, but I remember like we would always have treats over there, and they were always the same. We had the Nilla wafers.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There was always a bowl.
What about butterscotch candies?
Candies.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like an old, bowl of candies that no one
Hard
really
candies that
wanted.
would mold into one big piece.
And then
Yes.
they're
Like
free.
eventually.
It's like a sedimentary rock.
Wait, and then I remember going through. My grandmother always had a change purse. So like that was the fun. I was like, let me go through your change purse and see how many quarters you have in there.
Was it actually one of those rubber ones that when you open and
That you
close it would look
squeeze?
like a mouth?
Like a pop.
No, hers was almost like I forget what they call it, but like a mini purse where it had
Okay,
like
yeah.
a snap thing at the
Yep.
top.
This is
Yeah.
where I keep my cocaine.
My grandfather had a coin collection, so that was something to like.
That
look
is
at.
interesting.
That was
Right.
okay, yeah. But Kathy, my grandmother, would serve for whatever reason flat 7-Up because
Flat soda.
Yeah.
We had flat soda
Yeah.
every time we went there. Why
Why-
was it flat?
Old people at that time really loved flat soda.
What the
Flat
hell?
soda.
Why was it no carbonation?
Yep.
Here's a couple other examples, and we'll go to some phone calls. This one says a 1980s dustbuster that you would always
Yep.
end up
Oh,
playing
yeah.
with.
The dust
You
buster.
may use that as a toy. That could be like a laser gun. Yep.
You know,
It
was
was like
something
brown
that
and cream.
my grandmother was in entertainment, so she had she taught dance and music. So in her basement, Preston, she had a full xylophone.
Oh, wow.
And
That's awesome.
It was on. I wasn't allowed to go play with it, but I did every now and then.
This other posting says a fridge covered with magnets, but specifically the fruit and vegetable ones, which were actually more decorative than anything else since they were sucky magnets and wouldn't hold anything to the fridge. Also, do you remember the giant wooden spoon and fork?
Yes.
Some people would have those
Yep.
Displayed on the wall.
That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
kind of an older generation thing.
Like with plates, decorative plates.
Furniture covered in plastic has to be on there.
Here's another one that says drinks and condiments inside the fridge that had clearly been in there for decades, but that she said were still good and refused to throw out.
There's your flat soda.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's your flat soda. Exactly. Here's another one. And also in her fridge, grandma's fridge, lots of Cool Whip and Country Crock containers
yes.
that have all types of food in it except whipped cream and butter.
Yep.
When my
There was makeshift Tupperware.
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
my mom passed away and we were clearing out everything in the house and just kind of giving a big clean. She would take Carvel ice cream containers and she would make gravy in advance because she was a Southern cook, and we had like 10 Carvel containers of frozen gravy in the refrigerator. It was hilarious.
At my grandmother's house, she always used to do the Folgers instant coffee because it was just her. So
Right,
she would
yeah.
make 1 cup at a time. So all of those Folgers cans turned into what the nails went in.
Oh, there you
what-
go.
All
Yeah.
the bric-a-brac.
Yeah, I
went
remember
into
coffee
those.
cans for nails. My
Yeah.
dad had that. Yeah. Let me go to Michael. Hey, Michael, good morning.
Hey, good morning. You guys rock.
Thanks, man. What's up, Michael?
Well, 2 things. One about myself, but one as part of my profession. I've been a nurse for over 30 years, specialized in geriatrics, worked at, like, say, the Philadelphia Corporation for Aging for years, and always would go into the seniors' homes and ask if we could look in their medicine cabinet. And there was always a standard.
Okay.
You had the rusted can of Barbasol.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You had that little thing to make the cream, the little container with the little brush for shaving.
Okay. Yep.
the straight razor with the screw bottom with the rusted blades still sitting there making a stain inside the
Rust
cabinet.
is big with the
yes,
the older community.
People don't remember those kind of razor blades where you actually had to take the blade out and then screw it back in.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. My favorite was when they had the very early electric shavers that looked more like instruments of death than they did something that we would use nowadays. The blades just were scary.
Yeah.
But that, and then of course my favorite was the medication with hand-typed labels that had been in there so long it had gone from pill to powder to a mist, back to powder, and back to a pill again, like deadly antibiotic.
It had gone through 9 half-lives. Yeah, no, that sounds exactly accurate. Yeah.
Love
for
it.
myself, going to see my grandparents who lived in Florida, we always had the hot dogs and the freezer-burned crinkle fries.
All right. Fair enough.
Freezer burn, yeah.
The way of entertaining myself was I would steal one of my grandfather's white undershirts, dental floss, and pennies, and I would make parachutes and throw them off the second floor of the apartment building.
That's great.
Yes.
Very creative.
All right, Michael. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
You know what I most vividly remember, most clearly remember, from my grandparents' house was not anything in their house, but what we used to do over there. And for whatever reason, I was like I was like an actress when I was younger. I like to pretend and all this stuff. And I would make my brother pretend that we were hitchhiking because my grandparents lived in an apartment. So there was where you would park. My mom would let us walk down the street before she got to the main road. And so I would pretend we were hitchhiking and we didn't know my parents. And my brother was so little at the time and he used to cry and be like, "No, that's our mom." And I'd be like, "No, it's not. We're hitchhiking. We're getting in with strangers."
So you'd play with the neighborhood. Yeah.
Wow.
I would make my mom, drive past us, and I'd wave her down with my thumb out.
Wow. That's nice. I will go next to, let me go to Paul. Hey, Paul, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
What's up, Paul?
Oh, MMR rocks, partner. Trust
Thanks.
me.
Appreciate it, man.
Hey, look, I'm old school for sure.
Okay.
But what I remember at my grandparents' house, man, they lived in the country. They lived in Blackwood, New Jersey a long time ago.
All right.
And they actually had a well in the house.
Whoa.
Oh, my God.
That's awesome.
A well inside.
When we wanted water, we would have to go to the well, which was just offside the kitchen. And it was a well that we had to let the bucket down and bring it up.
Dude.
And use water like that. And that's what I always remembered about my grandparents' house.
Paul, wow. I'd be amazed as a kid. I'd be amazed now to see that old school. Did you end up playing with that a lot?
Oh, say that again, please.
Did you end up playing with the well a lot? Because it's a freaking well.
Yeah, trust me, man. It was and the water was ice cold.
Yeah.
The water was ice cold.
Probably from a cold spring.
Every time we needed water, we would go down and go right outside the kitchen, let the bucket down, bring it back up, and use the water as we needed it.
That's amazing. Man. There was no plumbing in the house then, right? Or was that just an ancillary? Was that? Was actual?
I'm telling you, I'm 70 years of age.
Yeah.
So when we went down to our grandparents' house, we had to go to an outhouse, which was off the house a ways, and the whole setup.
Oh, that's wild,
man.
Yeah. But the one thing I truly remember was that there was a well
that in the house. Well, that's a great story.
That might have been the
Paul.
height of
Appreciate it.
Their well is in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandparents didn't have a well in their house, but they had a sump pump that I was terrified of. It was in a corner of this dingy, musty, dark basement.
They've got a robot down there.
It would make noises, and it just looked imposing to me, and I seriously thought. All right, thank you, Marissa. So we tried to move some of the things we do, as we say, around the clock a little bit. So if you listen regularly at certain times, we like to change things up. So we're going to do an early edition today of The Connoisseur.
It's the breakfast edition of The Connoisseur.
Breakfast all the way around.
That's
That is
right.
correct. Yep. All right, so we welcome you to it. It's food stories of all kinds of varieties, from hoity-toity to full-on candy and fast food.
Since we've been doing this feature, you realize just how much and how integral food is to our pop culture, to so much stuff that goes on in our lives.
We were talking about food so often. Years ago that I'm like, we need to compile this into one chunky segment. And so
because everyone, that ends up being a part of a conversation eventually,
Yep. So I've compiled some stories for you this week, and we're going to start with one. Actually, Steve sent this over to me. It's a great story out of the Enquirer about Pizza Hut. Okay, so they have apparently decided to tap into the power of nostalgia across the U.S. by resurrecting some classic restaurants. And there's one in Tunkhannock. We were just talking about Tunkhannock Road in the story I had earlier this morning with the new Wawa in Dallas, which I thought was Dallas, Texas.
Right, yeah.
It's actually Dallas, Pennsylvania, which is apparently out near Wilkes-Barre, kind of in that area. From what I've been told, I probably got it wrong. But this is a small town in the Endless Mountains of Wyoming County. So it's about 140 miles northeast of Philadelphia. I have no idea if it's in that same region or not. But the Pizza Hut, which has been in a shopping center parking lot for decades, but was totally revamped or restored into one of their classic locations, complete with the red angled roof and everything that you would expect.
I could see myself, if I were anywhere in the area, heading over for a piece of nostalgia, because that Pizza Hut, that classic Pizza Hut restaurant, I spent a lot of time in.
Me too. Don't you have fond memories of the whole family going together to get pizza?
Yeah.
There is, and I've mentioned this before, and I'll tell you once again because I really enjoyed it, and I believe the series was called the Food That Made America or something along those lines. And they took a look at pizza in particular and how Pizza Hut was the catalyst for creating your ability to get pizza anywhere in the country. Now, it was already prevalent in New York and Little Italy.
Right.
But
the notion of pizza as a fast food.
Yes, or just as at a regular restaurant. Like they weren't it wasn't at regular restaurants nationwide. And they created this formula, the people that started Pizza Hut. And the thing about it was really novelty at the time because it was food. It was a meal you could eat with your hands. And that was like the big deal. That was like, but that's why kids jumped all over pizza. They were like, "Oh my God, this
exactly.
We get to eat with our hands."
Exactly. And think about the jump. So if there was a restaurant that was just cheesy bread, that's what pizza was. It was that's okay, pizza, but it wasn't considered the meal.
And it's hard to wrap your mind around it now of pizza being a novelty meal because you can get pizza anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere. And multiple choices and varieties.
Yeah.
Almost any spot you go to, well, at least we can get a pizza somewhere, you know? But there was a time where it was not available anywhere. And when it hit, it was like a big, big deal. And Pizza Hut was the restaurant group that made it happen. It's pretty wild.
Pizza's one of the things that's almost impervious to quality. That even not so good pizza's okay.
Yeah, but Pizza Hut pizza's good.
Yeah, well, one of my fond memories.
Or at least at the restaurant Pizza Hut pizza.
Yeah, it was always good.
Yeah.
It was always good.
I agree. So the Just Pennsylvania Facebook page said, no touchscreen kiosk, no sleek redesign, just the classic dine-in hut experience that you thought was gone forever. I remember the Pizza Hut I would go to. They had benches, almost like a picnic table.
Really?
Seats, the ones that were in the middle. You had booths on the outside, and in the middle,
booths.
they had the tables with the benches. So they said in the Facebook page, it's more than pizza. It's a full-blown childhood flashback served with breadsticks and, of course, the plastic red cup, which was awesome.
Iconic.
And the salad bar.
The salad bar was great. So it's not clear how many Pizza Hut classic locations exist in the United States. The company didn't return multiple requests for comment. According to the Retrologist website, the Tunkhannock location is the only one in Pennsylvania. There appears to be about 24 in the United States, according to the site, though none in New Jersey or Delaware. The only New York location is Potsdam, which is closer to Canada than Pennsylvania.
Yeah, in fact, I drove to do stand-up at that very Pottstown One of the I almost died that night. But anyway, Preston, this is in line with the Roy Rogers.
Yeah.
With this nostalgic return. I think I love this trend.
You guys know I sued Pizza Hut, right?
Because you got your back burned,
Yeah,
right?
they burned me with their sauce. It fell off of the tray or the tray and from the breadsticks, and it burned my back. Second degree burns on my back. But I only made like $300 or something like that, But still, despite that, I have fond memories. Like I went to
Besides being burned alive, you love Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Well, they were great marketing for kids, too. Besides the Book It program, where you would read a book and get a free personal pan pizza, they had great toys. They had Land of the Lost puppet figures. Do you remember that kids movie? It was an animated movie where they were dinosaurs. The
Land That Time Forgot, you mean?
A Land Before Time.
That was
yeah,
it.
Was,
Yes, and they had these little rubber puppets that we were obsessed with. We went every week to get the new puppet.
Do you know what Pizza Hut was always? It was always where Little League teams would go.
Yeah.
Where teams would go after any game. They'd all file into Pizza Hut.
Yeah, that's where I got my first trophy. It was on my football team.
No kidding.
And we had the after the last game of the season, we had a Pizza Hut, for the team, and we all got our trophies.
That's why they burned me alive. I went there after a swim meet.
And you were the human sacrifice. Yeah.
I'm going to go to Robert, who used to live in that same town of this retro Pizza Hut. Hey, Robert, you are on. Good morning, man.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Great, buddy. What's up?
Yeah, I just wanted to comment on the Pizza Hut. You probably have quite a few listeners from this town. I'm about 32 years old, and there's nothing to do in this town, beautiful town.
Yeah.
But the Pizza Hut is iconic in the town, and you were just in the Red Cups. My parents and I, we used to go there many Fridays, and it almost seemed like a small business instead of a chain.
Right, like a business unto itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I can see that.
Do you remember, hey, Robert, do you remember doing brisk business? Was it always pretty hopping?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
And I haven't lived in the area, but 10, 15 years ago, I'm in Delaware now, so I'm in the Philly area.
Okay.
But it's still there, and when I visit my parents, the parking lot is full. I mean,
right.
so
Dude,
it seems like people still go there.
I love that. I love that.
Thanks,
remember, Preston, this ties into, as I said, the Roy Rogers, and then they were tearing down that wall in the mall where they found an almost completely intact Burger King from the late 1980s.
Oh, that's right.
And it's like, because it's always the atmosphere as well that makes the experience, and that you're instantly transported back.
I think that was the Concord Mall.
Was it the Concord Mall?
The Concom Mall.
Was that the Concom Mall?
Yeah,
they found Nell in there working by the counter.
By the way, going back to the Red Cups, and we bought some, we found some, and I have them at home. They're not as big. They're tall, but they're not the giant ones that they had at Pizza Hut. But do you remember the ice that they had too? They had like the rabbit turd, like the pellet ice.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
I prefer that ice.
That's my favorite ice.
So
it's easy to crunch on.
I do as well.
Yeah.
I'm not an ice guy at all. I prefer it sans ice, but if I'm going to have ice, I'd prefer to have it that way.
Rabbit turd ice is my faves. And then Preston, the little silver dollar ices.
Oh, you like those?
Yeah,
little disc ones?
Yeah, the little disc ones are my second favorite.
I'm not a fan of those, but I can see why you would like them. But
they're like ice Eucharists.
And I also don't like the and sometimes when you get a big bag of ice, I don't like the ones that are round. They have a hole in the middle. They're kind of.
You don't like those?
Yeah, I don't care.
I do.
I don't like that as a going in a drink.
No, those are cooler ice.
Yeah, that's cooler ice. Yeah, exactly.
It helps me practice my oral.
Yeah, or you can put them on your fingers. Wear them like
you
rings.
can wear them like rings.
But we all agree that rabbit turd ice is our favorite?
Nugget ice?
I think so.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah. Let's go to Alicia. Hi, Alicia. You're on the air. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, what's up?
There is a Pizza Hut still in operation, original format in Quakertown.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, and so like no modern like this article says no touchpad kiosks or anything like that.
I don't know about that. I'm about to pass by it in about 15 minutes.
Break in.
Probably not open.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's where Quakertown's pretty close to me, so I could zip over there and take a peek myself. Though, thank you, Alicia. Appreciate
the only
it.
Pizza Hut I know of is the one in Rio Grande, and that's like a takeout place.
Okay.
It's a takeout delivery place.
Well, what you want is also that you'd have the waitress come to the table, take your order. That's all part of the deal.
I want to sit down.
You don't want the touchscreen kiosk. You want, it was. God, I'm thinking. I'm happy just thinking about it right now.
Yeah.
So the plaque on the wall, the Tunkhannock location, written by Pizza Hut founder Dan Carney, explains the concept. It says on the plaque, it reminds us of the Pizza Hut where generations of Americans first fell in love with pizza.
So enjoy your meal and go to hell.
You can do that too if you want to. All right, we have clips to play, and our sponsor of the Connoisseur, our friends at Acme Markets. We have a $50 Acme Markets gift card. If you can identify what movie this food clip is from. So let's do it. Here we go.
You ready for some football? You want the noise brought on you? Because here it comes.
What?
The noise brought on you, because here it comes.
Just hike the ball, nut job.
Yes! Crab cakes and football! Nice. That's what Maryland does!
All right, 610-660-9333. I love that line. All right, order up. This is a condiment story for you.
All right.
Yeah.
Listen, sometimes you don't want to have a child.
Yeah, you
got to use
one. Important to be safe. So Heinz says that 70% of ketchup and fry lovers have spilled ketchup when dipping on the go. That's true. It's pretty easy to make a mess of ketchup if you're in the car trying to eat or something like that. So enter the new Heinz Dipper French Fry Box to help fix the problem.
Heinz Dipper French Fry Box.
And I'm not sure how much this differs from, because if you go to, say, Chick-fil-A, and especially if you're eating inside, their ketchup from Heinz, by the way, is not the little squeezable packet. You know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about.
It's got the lid that you can take off the top, and it's a little dish.
Yeah.
And you
So
can
is
sit
this
there
like
and dip
that?
in it. I don't know. It sounds like it might be different, but I already think that's a pretty awesome contraption.
Listen, I have a love-hate relation. No, I would say hate with ketchup. I very rarely use it on French fries.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
I go deep on it with French fries. Yep. The new Heinz Dipper is actually, it says a French fry box shaped like the Keystone logo of Heinz, and it contains a built-in compartment to hold ketchup or even mayo if that's your preference. This new design is patent pending and is being, it's undergoing test marketing at the present time.
They need something like this because they had a big L with that ketchup bidet.
Yeah.
Did not work.
They actually had a big L with the colored ketchup. If you remember, you could get like purple or green.
They did get a buzz on it for a while, but it was sort of a gimmick.
The Heinz Dipper will be introduced in 6 U.S. cities and countries, including Canada, Mexico, Brazil, Germany, Portugal, Italy, Thailand, China, and Kuwait as well. Now, customers in the U.S. can find the new Heinz Dipper at select restaurants prior to the national rollout. So if you can get to Fat Sal's deli locations in the greater Los Angeles area,
Fat Sal's, okay.
Devil Dogs locations in the greater Chicagoland area, Lucky's Hot Chicken in Dallas, Texas Tech University Supermarkets Arena at their basketball game, only on January 17th now, so you got to hurry up and get your tickets.
They're really putting up roadblocks.
And then the University of Southern California Galen Center at their basketball game on January 17th. Oh, and there's one more place, Pat's King of Steaks in Philadelphia.
No way. When?
That is correct. I don't know. It says after the test, you can expect to find the new Heinz Dippers at more amusement parks, concert venues, sporting arena, and restaurants. So we're looking at a concept of it, and it looks like, think of a McDonald's French fry container that you get that holds like a medium, not the small little paper bag, but the one that's made of cardboard. And on the back of it is a little flip-out portion that leans outward, and it's a little spot where you can fill it up with ketchup.
Right. So I assume they would, obviously, they'd have to squirt the ketchup, or you do it at your whatever fixins area there is.
Yeah. That seems like that would make
this
sense.
works
So
for me.
Try it out at Pat's if you want to.
Yeah, but like Pat's, their French fries don't come in a container like that. Theirs, it comes in a little cup.
They come in a cup,
That these are made specifically for this. So the whole container, not just the little thing on the outside, the full fry container. So that I would imagine they're testing them out there.
I mean, the funny thing is like I prefer Pat's over Geno's because of their French fries. I think Pat's has better French fries.
Do you know what I love with this concept too? I don't even put the ketchup in it, and I'll put the pills in it that I need to take.
Okay.
Yeah. Like my fiber pills.
Sure. Yeah. You just have them right there. That's perfect.
I won't forget to eat them for the meal.
All right, we're looking for somebody to identify this movie. What clip is this from?
You ready for some football? You want the noise brought on you? Because here it comes. What? The noise brought on you, because here it comes.
Just hike the ball, nut job.
Yes! Crab cakes and football! Nice. That's what Maryland does!
All right, we're going to go to Ken. Try and get the answer. Yo, Ken, morning, man.
Hey, good morning, it.
Good morning to see you, Ken. All right, name that movie.
That is Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, Wedding Crashers is correct. Hold on just a second. You just got yourself a $50 Acme Markets gift card. If you're hungry and in a hurry, Acme's at Flash Grocery Delivery or Pickup's going to get you fresh groceries in 30 minutes or less. All right, we're going to tee up another clip, and we'll see if we can identify what movie this one is from.
Blowfish? Isn't that poisonous? It's a rare delicacy for the man who has no fear of an excruciating death. Tastes like chicken. It would go very nicely with broccoli.
All right, 610-660-9333. If you know the answer to that one, you need to call now. Order up. All right, I've created a new section of the Connoisseur.
Another subsection.
Here we go. It's Philly food.
Hey! I love it.
These are all stories that come out of our general area.
Should we play Philadelphia Freedom when you're
I was wondering if it would be that, or I don't know, we play like some G Love or something. I don't know. We'll work on it down the road. But I'm going to start with this. An unfortunate trend has hit Philadelphia restaurant, the scene as people trying to book. Do you know what I'm going to talk about?
I have a guess, but I can't wait to hear what you said.
To book hard, to get reservations, are seeing them being sold online for a profit. Those cashing in on those coveted tables are called reservation scalpers. NBC 10 was doing a story on this. One Philadelphia resident, Annabelle Machado, told NBC 10,
I'd like a table for four, please.
Annabelle.
That she has been trying for more than a year to get a reservation at Philly's popular Cambodian restaurant, Mon. And she said, I would never pay a third party to get a reservation because even if the restaurant is amazing, they're not benefiting. It's evil, like she said. I live right down the street, and I've not been able to get dinner here. Recently, though, Mon was one of the spots targeted by a restaurant scalper who allegedly made multiple reservations, and then they try to sell them on social media.
Yeah, I didn't realize this was something that was really a big issue, but I know that there had been, they were having the issue with people sort of blanket restaurants and then not show up at a restaurant just to kind of cover themselves, but I didn't realize they were going as far as selling them the way a concert scalper would.
This chick has waited years?
Yeah.
Why not, and she lives down the street, why not go walk down the street and say, hey, when's your next closest reservation?
It's a small restaurant. It's a BYO.
I don't care. You can walk down the street. You don't have to do it on the phone. You know what I mean? Like, I know what you're saying, but like she can't just walk down the street and make a reservation in person?
Well, so the way Mon works is they release their reservations like 1 month out. So, and they fill up in like less than a minute. So it's just become very popular. The chefs have won a James Beard Award and such like that. So it just keeps filling up.
Okay.
How do you know she hasn't tried that?
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
She may have tried it.
She may have tried it.
And all the
Yeah.
reservations are full. That's the thing. The reservations are full. So she can't get them. So now.
Well, there's Pizza Hut.
And they some restaurants will only let you go a certain time frame ahead.
Yeah,
in
in
advance. You
advance.
can't do like 6 months in advance and get a reservation at some restaurants.
But a lot of restaurants like this, they're neighborhood places, so they will kind of talk to neighbors and let people know if somebody cancels.
Right.
And it's always good to like jump into a restaurant's DMs and talk to them and say, if you ever have an open table, I'm available.
Let's collab.
So now, City Council in Philadelphia is taking steps to protect the industry and the consumer by passing a law banning third-party websites from selling reservations without the restaurant's consent. So they're working on passing a law
And I wonder
to cover that.
What do the reservations go for at a highly in-demand restaurant? What kind of surcharge are you paying to purchase those reservations?
Well, and this one that the person who had it just jumped into a Facebook group and was like, hey, y'all, I have a reservation. Who wants it?
Yeah.
And
Really?
everyone was like, you bitch.
Really?
Like, yeah, so
They were pissed.
the community rallied around this one too.
So besides Open Table, what else is there?
Well, so what was happening was just the web servers were just allowing their programs to make the reservations no matter what they use. So there's Open Table, there's Resy, there's Talk. I think there's a handful of other ones.
Okay.
And so the web server might be Open Table based, and it would make the reservation through Resy and not allow the customer to go to Resy.
I don't quite understand how that works, but
it was very third party, and
yeah.
it was somebody else benefiting outside of the restaurant.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
All right, so elsewhere in Philadelphia, Max's Steaks, where Michael B. Jordan's character ate his first cheesesteak in the film Creed, is changing hands. New owner Rob LaScala owns dozens of local restaurants.
New owner, welcome.
And they are known for their 2-foot-long sirloin cheesesteaks.
Jesus.
Quirky next-door bar advertising as well. They advertise the largest drink in Philly. Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board records show a recent license transfer application from corporations controlled by longtime bar owner Chuck Wiener to veteran restaurateur Rob LaScala, whose diverse holdings include the fast-growing LaScala's Fire Italian restaurants, as well as numerous steak shops and pizzerias in Philly and South Jersey. So LaScala, who has been managing Max's under a contract, said that he also was Wiener's longtime tenant at Chubby's, his popular Roxborough steak shop. Great food at Chubby's.
It's excellent. My favorite chicken cheesesteak.
He's also always been a good landlord to me, and LaScala said on Friday. Max's is exactly like Chubby's, right up my alley. I love those kinds of places. We bought it because it's a staple in the community, and I love high-volume places, and I want to get it back to the volume that it used to have. LaScala said his company was rebranding Max's, said we already renovated the place and we're doing a bigger renovation over the next 6 months. And we're doing brand recognition, shirts, hats, logos, menu-wise. We're expanding a little. Before it was mainly cheesesteaks and hoagies. We added fries, wings, specialty sandwiches, and some bar food since there's a bar. And we're not changing what it is. We're just making it better, more efficient, and better quality.
So a lot of times if you go into Chubby's, they're not people are not in there purchasing cheesesteaks. They're purchasing beer. Because they sell beer.
Big takeout section?
Yeah.
So this is Max's. All right, and then one last thing. Bethlehem-based company, so it's in the region. Just Born is their name. They announced that Peeps will be adding their newest flavors, including some unique collaborations coming to a store near you. The brightly colored marshmallow chicks will be available in stores soon with 3 new flavors. You have Pop-Tarts Frosted Strawberry, Chili Lime Mango, and Sunny D.
Sunny D?
Yeah.
I like the purple stuff.
There's a catch, though, for those in the Philadelphia region. The Chili Lime Mango flavored chicks won't be available in our grocery stores because it's exclusive to Kroger, which is not a chain in this area.
I've never been a Peeps guy.
I hate them.
Yeah.
I can't stand them.
Love them.
Really?
I love Peeps. I'm a normal. I like either the pink or the blue. And I love the fact that the Peeps factory is kind of like Willy Wonka. Like, nobody's allowed in it. You're not allowed to visit it.
No kidding.
Yeah, there's a very few people. Bill Kane, who does a lot of photographs for us, went in there once
he
to
was allowed
photograph it
access?
for a newspaper.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
other than that, there's...
And do they
it's
play
locked
off
down.
that Wonka-esque
I think
thing?
it's part of the allure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marissa, was it you that prefers them stale?
No.
That's me.
It's Casey.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm going to eat them, I need to, what do you call that?
Age?
Poke a hole in
you
it?
poke a hole in
Okay.
the and let it sit for like a couple of days. I was going to say like perforate.
Yeah.
Is that the word? Okay,
Sure.
all right.
Perforate.
That was way
Masticate.
too many syllables. You got to perforate it first, let it sit for a couple of days, and then eat them stale.
Okay.
On the contrary, I'll only eat them fresh.
All right.
To
Well,
me, it's like eating dried insulin.
yeah, I just,
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of marshmallow anymore, so,
Yeah.
so I'm out on
I'll
that.
tell you what is actually really good.
What?
Marissa got us the little mini marshmallows. She gave it to us last week.
Oh, yeah. From Hot Chocolate.
Yeah.
The little bitty mini ones. I have a question going back to Peeps for a second, though. Has anybody ever made s'mores with Peeps?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Are they good?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
And then they turn your tongue the color of whatever the peep is.
I don't know if this makes any sense, but I think I am okay with marshmallows in general, but Peeps, essentially it's exactly the same thing, right? Am I being...
From what I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
okay.
marshmallows with whatever that,
dye is.
that glitter
asbestos.
is on it. Yeah. All right, we're looking for an answer. We want to find out what movie this food clip is from. Let's see if you happen to know.
Blowfish? Isn't that poisonous? It's a rare delicacy for the man who has no fear of an excruciating death.
Tastes like chicken. That would go very nicely with broccoli.
All right, we're going to go to Nancy and see if we can get an answer. Hi, Nancy. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, Nance, do you know what movie that's from?
Would that be Charlie's Angels?
Yeah.
Nancy. Way to go, Nancy.
Bill Murray. And Bill Murray saying Nancy as well there. All right, Nance, we're going to give you a $50 Acme Markets gift card. Hang on just a second. Acme Fresh Foods, local flavors. And we have another gift card for someone who can identify this particular movie. Here we go.
Hey, did you see Mace catch that?
Hey, Mr. Murphy. I'd rather see you playing ball and the other stuff you used to do.
What are you saying that for? You make me feel bad. All right, then. Steak dinner. All right, on you. All right, Daddy. I'll see you later.
All right, 610-660-9333. It is time now for the Fast Food Roundup. All right, we're going to start with this story I saw from Delish. And they have found the most expensive fast food burgers in the United States.
The most expensive fast food burgers. Fast food burgers became next level, I think, about 10, 15 years ago?
Are you talking fast food or fast casual?
Fast food burgers, where you could go get, between the introduction of the Smash Burger and Five Guys.
Right.
And it wasn't just simply, there was a little bit more of a mystique to it. At least that's my perception.
Would you categorize Five Guys as fast casual?
Yeah.
A little more because there's no drive-through window.
I've always said that fast food has a drive-through. That's the distinction.
That's your delineation? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they took a look at prices from the Los Angeles area where fast food costs usually reflect national trends, and it's clear just how expensive fast food has gotten. Even the most basic burgers now compete with casual sit-down restaurant prices. So these are the 7 priciest standard cheeseburgers, ranked from least to most expensive. So here's the breakdown of them, and some of these chains are not in our area. Jack in the Box, the Jumbo Jack, is $5.99. It's the chain's most basic burger, but it still costs nearly $6.
I was a Jumbo Jack fan.
In many places, you can find a double cheeseburger for less, believe it or not.
I don't think I've ever had a Jack in the Box.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jack in the Box was a main go-to for me for many years.
Yeah, it was growing up in the Midwest, we had Jack in the Box all over the place. It was the closest fast food restaurant to me. Really? And so I was there all the time.
And Preston, you got to give your order into a Jack in the Box.
Yeah, to the big clown head. Yeah. All right, so number 5 on this list is Wendy's Dave's Single. Quarter pounder beef patty, classic toppings, lettuce, tomato, cheese, mayo, and it is $6.99. Yeah. I remember it was a few years ago where I was at a McDonald's drive-thru, and the total came through, and I was just buying a meal for myself, and I was like, are you sure you're right about that? Because McDonald's, I don't look at the prices.
Yeah,
I just order a burger and go.
You figure it's a cheaper alternative.
Yeah. And I was like, wow. And I guess I hadn't been in a while.
Yeah.
Because I remember it just being, you wouldn't break a 10.
Well, stop and
at
think about
all.
it. You talk about the McDonald's
full meal.
$6 meal, right? Which is what? A burger, nuggets,
the meal. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can either do it with like a chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
I prefer the McDouble. You get a McDouble, 4 nuggets, small fry, small drink for $6.
So this one burger is $6.
So $7. Yeah, $6.99. McDonald's Quarter Pounder Deluxe is next on the list. $7.69. It's similar to Wendy's version, but priced higher. And the McDonald's prices have reportedly doubled over the past decade. Wow. Number 3 on the list, and it ties. There's a tie for 3 at $7.99. The Burger King Whopper, which we're fans of.
We are fans of.
And now that ties with the Shake Shack burger for $7.99 for a single.
You're a Shake Shack fan?
I would take the Shake Shack over the Whopper, and I love a Whopper. But I think Shake Shack burgers are better. That's my personal opinion.
Shake Shack's not fast food. That's fast casual.
They put it in here as that. Yeah. Number 2 on the list, and this is not a chain in our area, but Carl's Jr.
Jesus Christ. When you drive up, that's your place.
Carl!
Welcome to Carl!
the name of the burger is the Single Big Carl. So
Carl,
yeah,
good to see you.
That's $8.79.
Holy hell.
And charbroiled beef patty with American cheese, classic sauce, and lettuce on a seeded bun.
I got to get to Burger King because I love that Whopper. Is the Whopper, and I don't know why I would assume you'd have this information at your fingertips. The Whopper to me seems to be the biggest burger patty.
I don't know. I always thought the quarter pounder was a little bit bigger, but I don't know how much it weighs. I think it's
a third pound.
I think it's in circumference it's larger.
Yeah,
but I think it might be skinnier if that makes sense.
I remember it
Thinner.
being close to 3 pounds, Preston.
I don't know. Burger King. Let's see here. I don't know. We'll have to do some research on that.
Yeah.
Number 1 on this list of most expensive cheeseburger, in case you're going to have a little controversy with this, because it's Five Guys.
Yeah, it's not fast food. It's fast casual, and it's one of the best burgers out there.
Whoa, dude. It's $12.99.
It's
$13
dude,
for their basic burger. I know. I eat Five Guys.
Yeah.
I love it. They're great burgers.
I had no idea how expensive. I didn't pay attention until my daughter said, she's like, yeah, Five Guys like $13 for a burger. I was like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
You know? I'm
Shut up.
Now, their basic it's 2 patties.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much by weight beef that is compared to others.
I was so mad at Chuck. We went out to lunch a couple of weeks ago, and we went to Five Guys, and I paid for lunch, and he got 2 cheeseburgers instead of 1. He got 2 little cheeseburgers, right?
Okay.
So when you order a cheeseburger at Five Guys, it's automatically a double cheeseburger.
Yep.
So he ended up getting 2 littles instead of 1 double. Like 2 littles. I'm like, dude, this is $13. You got 2 littles. It was like $9. I'm like, now I'm paying $18 for your stupid 2 little freaking burgers. I'm like, just get a double burger. Like, you're making me pay more.
I bet he's glad you took him out to lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so we kind of like, when we go out to lunch, we're like, who paid last, right? So
Right, yeah.
after that one, I was like, we're going to Le Bec Fin.
Yeah.
Too bad it's not there anymore.
Oh, damn it.
All right, Wendy's has dropped a new frosty flavor in Canada that has fans in the U.S. Throwing a fit. Canadian stores are currently offering the Cherry Crumble Frosty. It's either a chocolate or vanilla frosty mixed with black cherry flavored syrup and Biscoff crumbs.
I'm fine with the Biscoff. I'm not a big black cherry milkshake guy.
Food blogger Snackalator shared the news of the treat and opened the floodgates by asking fans if they would want to try the frosty. Responses ranged from no fair, Canada always gets the best stuff, to the good ones never make it to the U.S. Why? So maybe they're test marketing it and they'll bring it around.
They do it a lot.
That. And then I have one more fast food story, and Steve, it is from Burger King. They're testing a bold new bacon cheddar hash Whopper in Raleigh, North Carolina. It is a breakfast Whopper.
With hashish?
Not hashish, hash browns.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So not only Raleigh, North Carolina, but Portland, Oregon as well. And fans are already begging for it to go nationwide. So if you're it's either in North Carolina or Oregon. So
Back home to Oregon.
the breakfast-style burger stacks a beef patty, egg, bacon, hash browns, cheddar cheese sauce, and hollandaise aioli on a sesame seed bun.
I take a flamethrower to this place.
Well, it is flame broiled.
It sounds good, man. It sounds like it's also light in calories.
Prices are $7.99 for the full size.
Well, that's a steal.
And $4.79 for the junior because it's available all day. Hash browns are also being sold all day at the test locations.
Listen, if you're not familiar with the Burger King menu, go with the junior menu. You're going to be fine.
And by the way, it says reactions on social media have been wildly enthusiastic, with many hailing it as the ultimate comfort food and hangover cure.
Oh. I'm not finished.
As well. All right, we're looking for somebody to identify this clip.
Hey, did you see Mace catch that? Hey, Mr.
Mate,
Murphy.
I'd rather see you playing ball and the other stuff you used to do.
What are you saying that for? You make them feel bad. All right, steak dinner. All right, on you.
All right,
I'll see you later.
let's go to Brad and see if we can get a winner. Hey, Brad, you're on. Good morning, man.
Hey, be good and eat fruit.
Yeah.
Good and eat fruit.
All right, so, Brad, what movie is that from?
A League of Their Own.
Yeah. Rosie O'Donnell there. All right, hang on a second, bud. We're going to set you up with a $50 Acme Markets gift card. Congratulations, Acme Fresh Foods, local flavors. We have another clip to play. Do you know what movie this one's from?
You're bleeding. Wait, hold it. There's glass in here.
I'm like a prickly pear. I'm a prickly pear.
All right. 610-660-9333. Let's see if you know the answer to that. And while you do that, orders up. Give me a short story for you here. Crumble has confirmed it will be testing donuts.
Oh, really?
After online rumors and mock-ups started circulating on social media.
I mean, they've already gone brownies.
Yeah, have they?
Oh, yeah.
I thought they were straight up
cookies.
Expensive big cookies.
Yeah, no. So I found out that they do brownies because my daughter is a huge fan of the Dubai chocolate these days, and they had a Dubai chocolate brownie.
She's all in. I saw a YouTube video breaking down the different franchises and about the potential for you as a new franchisee to turn a profit. And believe it or not, even with the high cost of your average crumble cookie, they're actually a pretty good bet.
Are they?
For a franchise.
It's funny. I don't go very often because they are way too expensive.
They're very expensive.
Way too expensive. And I just think that the cookies are okay. It's more about the topping than the cookie itself.
Well, whatever it is, the general consensus and the data shows that you get a decent return on your investment.
All right. Because I know that the one in Newtown Square already closed. It opened and closed. But I will say that the oatmeal cookie might be the best cookie I ever had.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
The ones that I've had have pretty much blown me away. I don't dive into the cookie world all that often. So fans shouldn't expect the donuts anytime soon. The company says that the idea is still in the early stages. No immediate plans for a rollout since it needs plenty of testing. Customer feedback, operational planning, all that stuff. Meanwhile, Crumble has already shaken up its menu with 6 permanent classic flavors, 4 weekly rotating desserts, and a special cookie thins option every Thursday. Don't know what that is. So while donuts maybe in the future, the brand is staying focused on evolving its cookie lineup for now, but it's something that might not be out of the realm down the road. All right, we are going to play this clip again. Let's see if you know what movie it's from.
You're bleeding. Wait, hold it. There's glass in here.
I'm like a prickly pear. I'm a prickly pear.
All right, we're going to go to Sketchy and talk to Sketchy. Yo, you're on the air. Good morning.
Hey, bitches.
Hey, what? All right, Sketchy. Name the movie, brother.
That's Leaving Las Vegas.
Leaving Las Vegas is correct. Yep, absolutely. Hold on, man. All right, we are going to give you that $50 Acme Markets gift card. Acme's Flash Grocery Delivery or Pickup gets you fresh groceries in 30 minutes or less. All right, one more clip to play, and here it is.
Well, I must say that Prince John has spared no expense with tonight's party. We have exotic foods from across the seas, coconuts, bananas, and dates. Good care for a date.
Yes, thank you.
How about next Thursday?
All right, 610-660-9333 is the number. Order up. Last order for me, and I didn't realize this, but the last few stories I have are all cookie stories. But I'll do this one. Oreo originally launched their Reese's Cookies back in 2025 as a limited time product, but it was so popular, they've now put it back on shelves permanently. At the time, it was called the best Oreo ever made and features Oreo signature chocolate wafer cookies filled with peanut butter cream along with extra bits of Oreo cookie pieces.
I don't remember this coming out.
Neither do I, Steve, but I am intrigued I think chocolate and peanut butter are great combination.
They go great together.
That is true. Yeah.
He likes it.
It seems that comments from fans from last year were the major factor in the addition to the lineup, and they were compared to other Oreos like cookie dough, apple pie a la mode, and Post Malone Oreos that all came out in 2025. I remember Selena Gomez had
did she?
An Oreo too, and there was a Stranger Things Oreo as well.
There is the mint Oreo. Have you guys had that?
Oh, God. Yeah.
I like those.
Yeah.
One reviewer said, honestly, these are probably the best Oreo flavor ever made. It's not too sweet, and it actually tastes like Reese's. The return of the Reese's flavored Oreo cookies are coming back as part of a major launch of 7 other Oreo cookie releases in 2026, and that includes Oreo Cakesters, Confetti Cake, Oreo Thins chocolate ganache, and others.
Cakesters are pretty good. There's a cakier, instead of a cookie, it's a cakier surrounding thing.
You can look for all the new products to start showing up on shelves in the very near future.
We used to have the Nabisco facility was in the area, I think
Up in the Northeast.
Yeah, I think it moved out of the area.
Yeah, it's a Topgolf now.
Yeah.
So, but we did get the offer to have them fresh. So I guess somebody listened to the show. Do you remember that a while ago?
Yeah.
Nothing ever happened.
The
with
one
that.
I never tried was Oreos with Ritz crackers.
What?
Because I guess they're made in the same facility.
Oh. Okay.
So it was
Nah.
an Oreo, but the bottom was Oreo and the top was a Ritz cracker.
I never eat anything
Salty
that's
and sweet.
the product of a workplace accident.
Wow.
What if you flipped it around? Then the top would be Oreo and the bottom be Ritz. That's crazy.
Blow my mind over here.
All right, we're going to play this clip to see if somebody knows what it's from.
Well, I must say that Prince John has spared no expense with tonight's party. We have exotic foods from across the seas, coconuts, bananas, and dates. Would you care for a date?
Yes, thank you.
How about next Thursday?
All right, we're going to go to Megan. Hi, Megan. Good morning.
Yoo-hoo!
All right, Megan, give it to us. What movie is that from?
Robin Hood Men in Tights.
You are correct. Hold on. And that $50 Acme Markets gift card is yours. Congratulations. And thank you, Acme, for being our sponsor. Acme Fresh Foods and Local Flavors. So we do have time for one more. It's time for the Marissa Magnotta Encore.
For tasting more, it's Encore.
Oh. All right, Marissa, what you got?
All right. Well, first off, I brought you guys a snack because it is, like you're talking about, it is Girl Scout cookie time.
Yes.
And the Girl Scouts sent over their brand new cookies for you to try.
Oh.
All right.
Awesome.
And what is it?
They're called Explore Mores. It's a Rocky Road ice cream inspired cookie. It is a sandwich cookie with chocolate marshmallow and toasted almond cream.
Ooh, okay.
So taste those out.
It's like I
let me
probably
know.
won't mind having a little marshmallow and something like this.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to sample these now?
Yeah.
Steve, you go first and give us your review, your honest review. You're probably the cookie fanatic on the show.
Chocolate chip is my favorite. So
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up, he
Right.
says. That is correct. Thank you, Marissa.
Yeah, well, okay, while you guys are snacking on those, the news I wanted to share is really exciting. When this dropped in my inbox, I was very ecstatic for these people. Love City Brewing, which is a brewery that is located in the Spring Garden section of the city. It's on Hamilton Street. It's right behind Union Transfer in that part of the area. It is a female-owned brewery, and they have beers most people are familiar with called Unity IPA or Love City Lager. Well, they just announced that they are opening a second location in Manayunk.
Oh, are they going into another a former brewery?
Yes, Steve, you might know it as Fat Lady Brewing.
That's it. Yes.
Is right on Main Street and Cotton, Preston, right across from our favorite place, Pitcher's Pub.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
We had a night there. It was
We
very
did, yeah.
fun. And it's like a really old building. It actually used to be a Woolworth.
It's very
a 5
cool.
and 10. I know
Very
it as like an
cool.
antique store.
Yeah.
Fat Lady Brewing, which is another woman-owned brewery, had most recently been there. So these guys are taking it over, and it'll have like 75 seats, event space, and Love City always throws really great parties. I had a friend that had a wedding there. They always do local vendor markets.
All right, so a brewery, but does that include restaurant as well, or do you know?
So they said they're going to have some food information coming soon. I know the one in the city, they have a big space so they can actually pull food trucks into the back of their big warehouse space. So these guys are really good at collaborating with other local businesses and bringing food in.
Get some of these cookies.
Do you have an ETA on when we can expect it?
ETA is spring 2026,
Okay.
which is really big news for, Manayunk, foot traffic down there, and also the beer industry, because there is this thing called the National Craft Brewers Conference. It's called CBC, and that's coming to Philly this year. So on top of all of the 250 stuff, this national conference of brewers is also coming in the spring.
I love to see the pendulum swinging back towards beer consumption, because it is such a the microbrews and all the industries and all the businesses that we deal with, and everyone really kind of plays nice together. But the culture, the restaurants, the business, it's all a net positive.
Yeah, very much. I love that you use the word culture in there too, because it really is a really great community of people.
Nice. It's the Connoisseur Encore.
For tasting more, it's Encore.
And that means we got to wrap up the Connoisseur segment for the day. And hopefully you got something out of that, friend. We're going to take a quick break, come back in a moment. We have Bizarre File stories when we return, and bright sunshine as your Friday gets underway. Stay with us. Like went to hell or something like that. That it went that there were demons in there or something like that.
Like Amityville 3D has near the sump pump, there was a hole that went to hell.
You know what else my grandparents had? Down by the sump pump, they had a small set of shelves that they would keep emergency food there for whatever reason. It was all canned stuff that had been there.
This is pre-prepper.
It was already ancient when I was a little kid, and it looked disgusting.
Yeah, of course.
You know? And I wouldn't venture to that part of the basement too often.
Wow, that sounds like
It scared me.
Did they have the piece of furniture that terrified you, or was it your parents?
No, that was my parents.
Okay,
We had a chair that I was scared of. It looked like the evil queens. It had a high back. It was black with gold trim on it. It had really high. It was a decorative chair. And I used to think that, like Maleficent sat in that thing or something like
what
that.
if you came home one day and the sump pump was sitting in the chair?
I would have left my family. Kathy, on this list, it says the fancy for guests living room that was filled with plastic-covered furniture and you weren't allowed to play in.
Yeah, never got that.
And, there's a lot of pictures on this list, which I wish you guys could see, because there's one, it says these exact wooden and cork coasters in their dining or living room. And I'm going to show you a picture of these. And yes.
Yep.
Where you pulled them out of the little container that they lived in.
Yeah, it was like a little
holder.
Yeah.
I think it was like stacked poker chips.
Yeah.
On that furniture thing, with the covering in plastic, I never got a definitive answer. The Kostanowiczes, and I was friends with Randy up the block, his entire living room everything was sealed, hermetically sealed in plastic. But I never asked the question, is the end result just to preserve the looks of the furniture?
I think it is.
But I mean, was there ever a hybrid where you could take them off if you wanted to sit on them? It seemed like going against purposes to sit on cold plastic.
Yeah, I don't know. But it was maybe for a formal event. Like
Possibly.
they would unzip the plastic and let if they were going to have several people in the parlor or whatever it is. Kathy, I remember, because you were the one that brought it up, I remember some friends who not only had the plastic on their furniture, but they had a runner.
The runner. Oh,
yes. Plastic covers.
Yes.
I've never seen anything like that.
Oh my God. So that wasn't my grandparents' house. My grandparents didn't have the plastic covered furniture. It was my piano teacher. And everything in the room where I guess she would have her clients come and she would teach piano, everything was covered in plastic. And the runner went from the front door and you had to walk on it
into the kitchen?
Into the living room. And then you had to walk through the living room to the piano. There was another runner. Like, she basically didn't want anyone's dirt anywhere in her house.
And the runner was plastic covered.
Plastic.
Yep.
Wow.
So we actually did not have any of our furniture covered in the plastic, but we did have a runner that came from the front door to the kitchen, to the tiled kitchen floor, and that was, you had to stay on that. That was the thing. So
but was it plastic?
It was plastic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to things you find at your grandmother's house, or maybe stuff that you played with at your grandparents' house as well. I'm going to go to Joe. Hey, Joe, good morning.
Okay.
Joe, you're on the air, buddy. What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. What's going on, my man?
Hey, thank you for having me on. It's the first time I ever called you. Listen, I'll try to preface this really quick.
All right.
My mom was 36 when she had me.
Okay.
And we ended up living with my grandparents, so they were much older.
Okay.
And they were from Italy. And so they made and did everything. They even dug out their own basement. It's really wild.
Wow.
But what I remember most from my grandfather is he had an old-time cigarette rolling machine, which looked like two little horses, like a construction horse, with a piece of cloth that looped between, and you would put the paper in there, and he would put his tobacco in there, and you would spin the paper inside the cloth, and that would roll the cigarettes up.
That sounds pretty cool.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
That sounds pretty cool. I mean, it seems like a very old world way of rolling a cigarette.
Yes, it was really neat. I mean, the whole entire house, everything, you could eat off the whole entire yard. I'm serious. When they went to the store, the only thing they would buy is milk and meat, and that was it.
Milk and meat.
Yeah, they made, canned, pickled, did everything.
Wow.
So it was just a
Joe, did your grandfather teach you how to roll cigarettes?
Well, yes, he did. And as a cause of that, I ended up doing that an awful lot when I was in high school.
I bet.
But
Put it to good use.
we ended up. Do you remember the old credit card machines where you used to slide?
Yeah.
They had a cigarette rolling machine that was like that. It was like the new one.
Like one motion across and it would roll it?
Yes. And
Okay.
would roll it out perfect.
I remember
You
that
ended up getting
unit.
that.
I remember they used to sell those in magazines. You'd see it in Preston. They'd be like in the back of like a National Lampoon. So it wasn't necessarily for tobacco, but it was a popular item. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, isn't it? It's really the things you remember, from when you're young. It's
Oh, yeah. And what you had to do to entertain yourself. By the way, thank you, Joe. I appreciate the call. I had at my parents' house, my grandfather had a substantial, he was a carpenter.
Yeah.
So it was, what he did on the side. So he had all kinds of tools and stuff back there. And I remember for a while, and I might have been like 10 years old, I started playing with his jigsaw. Just finding pieces of wood and cutting it and just doing whatever. And I would play with that. That
That'll
was
kill
my
some time.
toy. Yeah. But you had to find things to entertain yourself with. If there wasn't something on television, like I said, this is obviously pre-phones and actually a lot of pre-video game days. You just had to kind of root around and see what you could find to entertain yourself for a little bit.
The houses weren't set up for kids.
Yeah.
It was set up, you had the big clump of butterscotch by the front door, and there were the standards meant for very old people.
Or the strawberry candies. I remember just grabbing the snuffer, the candle snuffer, and walking around the house and putting out fake candles.
Right.
Like they weren't lit, but I would still put it out.
Yep. Here's a couple other things from this list, which are things you always find at your grandmother's house. An old coffee percolator that she only ever used for parties. Her recipe card library that's sat on the kitchen counter.
Oh, man. My Aunt Mary has one. Aunt Mary's still alive. I think she's 90 now. She lives in Willow Grove, and Preston, has an entire dresser drawer filled with recipe cards.
All right.
And at this point in our family, it's kind of like gold. Like,
Sure.
it's
Oh,
stuff
my
that she's
God,
been making
yeah.
for decades and decades and decades. I'd love to get my hand on them.
For Christmas a few years ago, my uncle copied my grandmother's recipes and laminated
cool.
them and gave them
Oh,
to
what a great idea. That's good.
bunches. But then I saw one recently where you can somebody put it on a cutting board. So they had it
that's a great
lasered
idea.
into a cutting board.
Oh, I
Isn't that
love
really
that.
sweet?
I like that.
My grandmother had given the family a book of her favorite sex positions. And it was really...
That's nice.
It was so nice. That's the way Gum Gum used to do it. Oh, my
She modeled the photos in there?
absolutely, yeah.
Here's another one. A bowl of nuts that seemed to always have been the exact same ones, and you wondered if anyone ever ate them.
Yeah.
So there'd be like walnuts and Brazilian nuts and,
Macadamia
pecans, nuts and all that stuff in there. No, I remember with nutcrackers. With
yes.
in there. Yeah.
Oh, there were nutcrackers at my grandmother's house, absolutely.
My dad would eat them. It didn't matter how long they'd been there.
And he wouldn't even use a nutcracker, just bite into them.
Yeah.
Let's see. I will go to Jamie. Hey, Jamie, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
What's up, Jamie?
So my grandfather's favorite candy was a Fifth Avenue bar, and he used to keep a bowl of them in a china cabinet that had sliding glass doors. And it was nearly impossible to get those doors open without anyone realizing or hearing the glass doors clanging together. So I can remember standing there for 40 minutes, just trying to get one little Fifth Avenue bar out of the cabinet. But fast forward to my adulthood. I mean, my grandparents died when I was younger, but took my kids to the Ocean City Boardwalk. And, I had toddlers at the time, but let them go into the candy store, and there's everything under the rainbow there in the candy store. All the colorful lollipops, and they could pick anything. And my 2-year-old picked up a Fifth Avenue bar, and, they don't have very fancy wrappers, just a plain brown wrapper. But that was what he chose in the candy store. And it felt like my grandfather was there.
Oh, that's great.
My kids,
Yeah.
he could have
Yeah.
had anything, and he chose the Fifth Avenue bar.
I like that. Nice. All right. Thanks, Jamie. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Here's one that I remember doing when you were looking for things to do at the parents' house. I'm going to go to EJ. Hi, EJ. Good morning.
Hey, guys.
Hey, what's up?
So actually, this is going all the way back to my great-grandmothers who had a row home in Kensington.
Okay.
And so her stairs were just at the right angle, and they were carpeted So we would actually go, and it was always Sunday dinner. So actually, I had the cousins to play with, and we would go up to the top and actually slide down the stairs.
Yeah, you could on your butt.
Yeah.
you could slide all the way down the
Yeah,
stairs.
if you lifted your feet up a little bit and straightened your feet up, and you could just all the way down.
Yep.
Hours and hours and
Sure.
hours. But
I used to love doing that.
yeah, but you reminded me. Actually, my grandfather had a woodworking shop in his basement. So when we would go over there, it was like Tool Central.
It's amazing how, and you'd be unattended. Yeah, go to I have a table saw in the basement. Go down and play with that.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
All right, thanks.
All right, thanks, EJ. I appreciate it. Yeah, I would go through. God, man, I was a nosy kid. I remember going through the bathroom at my paternal grandmother's house, and just going into their closet where all this stuff was, and they just had, like 10 bars of soap in there for whatever reason, and extra things, and I would just. I told you when my dad would take me to, to his work for whatever reason, I'd spend the entire time in the supply closet. That was just fun for me.
Look at this.
Look at these staples.
Like tons of staples.
Or the staple remover.
Oh, yeah, you could put
They're
your
like
finger on
sharks.
it. Yeah.
They were like, you can pretend it was a mouth or whatever, a little monster.
A little barracuda.
You can find stuff to play with.
Paperclip jewelry.
You do that too? Yeah, absolutely. Let me go to Terry. Hey, Terry, good morning. Hi, Terry. I'm sorry. There it is. What's up, Terry?
There we go. Hey, good morning. My grandparents had a corner store in their basement.
Okay.
And we could go down there and get anything we wanted.
What do you mean by a corner store? They did that like they were literally selling things, or you're just referring to it as a corner store?
No, they literally owned a corner store. The little Dagobah that you.
So they lived above it.
They lived above it, and they owned it, and they
lived on Dagobah
out of their home.
They were living where Yoda lives?
Bodega.
You said Dagobah.
I know, Dagobah, which is Yoda's home.
This is a story.
And we could literally go down there and get, candy and toys.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Before we get to Bizarre File, let me do a couple of shout-outs, and then we'll officially make it Friday. I got this particular shout-out from Paul Kawald, who says, I'm wondering if I could get a shout-out for my 34th birthday. I started listening in 2024 and have been a religious podcaster ever since.
Awesome.
And I especially enjoy listening after hearing that Preston's son is on the autism spectrum, as I am as well as being visually impaired. I do wish that I could take part in some of the live broadcasts you do throughout the year. Maybe you could do something such as charter a plane to take those people who don't live in the Philly area, something maybe to ask HR about, because Paul lives in Appleton, Wisconsin.
Yes.
And he's emailing in.
I think we can do that. We can arrange for an air fleet.
He also said, could you also, if you have a chance, say hello to Nick and Kathy for me? And he says, finally, I do have one question that I feel is appropriate, since this will be on a Friday. Is Brooke from Froggy single? You know what, Paul? I believe she has a boyfriend. Last time we saw her, I believe that her boyfriend was with her, but I don't know about that now. Brooke is obviously very cute and very cool, but you'd have to check with Froggy themselves to find out. So Paul Cowlin from Appleton, Wisconsin, here's your shout out. And a very happy birthday to you, sir. And then one last shout out. It says, hi, Presbo, my long-distance bestie and your favorite Yoko listener, Allison Bishop, turns 40 on Saturday, January 17th. Can you please send her some birthday love by delivering a robust shout-out? I got her aboard the PNS train about 15 years ago, and now we're regular attendees at the Camp Out for Hunger, the Cardboard Classic, the MMRBQ, and we have won tickets to events like Christmas Miracle and the Dorney Park broadcast. She's the absolute best, and I know that this would be a great way to kick off her birthday weekend. Many thanks, and that is from Kelsey. So here's a shout out.
Case, you want to do a Yoko explosion?
Oh, Yoko.
Yeah.
The Yoko explosion.
Yeah.
If you could, he's going to take a second to dig that one up. But by the way, she said, P.S. Congratulations on 30 years, Preston. I've been listening for about 25 of those. So. And there it is. For the first time ever, the Yoko chart for you, Kelsey, sending that out to Allison Bishop and her 40th birthday. All right, let's do the Friday thing.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
When I yanked the frog mask off of my head, it caught my upper lip.
I was just thinking, how soon before you put yourself in the hospital?
And I think it went up to my eyelids. That hurt.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
You spin around, you jump up and down. No, it's amazing you're still walking.
That's for our YouTube audience. I put on a mask and do a little thing during that song. All right. I have stories to share in the Bizarre File. We're going to start with this unbelievable footage captured by Staten Island Live. Shows the moment a Catholic elementary school basketball game descended into madness with parents storming the court as a large-scale brawl erupted in the gymnasium.
Oh, and it's a brawl.
The episode took place at St. Teresa during a game between St. Teresa's 6th grade boys and the team from nearby St. Clair Catholic School.
St. Teresa is the patron saint of public brawls.
The event was overseen by the Catholic Youth Organization, the CYO, which monitors all parish-based sports activities in the area. The video shows two women, reportedly mothers of the athletes, engaged in heated discussion on the sidelines. Although it's unclear what was said, one of the women took extreme offense and began belting the other woman with punches. An extremely chaotic fistfight ensued, with the two women battering one another as other parents and game officials rushed onto the court to stop the melee. But the intervention wasn't enough to stop the two women, as one grabbed the other by the hair, punched her several times directly in the face. A group of men were eventually able to pull the women apart, but not before a separate fistfight broke out amongst members of the rescuing party. The two women eventually found each other again. They locked one another in a tight embrace, and they wrestled around the court. The CYO County Director, Michael Neely, confirmed that the two women were parents of children participating in the game. It's unclear who the women's children are or what team they were playing for.
Go in peace.
Neely added that some of the other spectators who became involved in the scrum were family members of the two women. He said two families got involved, and in the end, the families have been banned from all future CYO events indefinitely. The brawl so unsettled Staten Island officials that earlier this week, new rules were instituted to prevent spectators at CYO events from engaging in similarly disruptive behavior. Anyone who is ejected from a CYO game by a referee will now face a 1-year ban from all events. Yeah.
Get him excommunicated.
Yeah. All right, you're not usually expecting to find vintage footwear while cleaning up, but volunteers cleaning up a beach in Wales made a strange find. They found hundreds of old leather shoes. The group called Beach Academy discovered about 200 shoes and soles on Ogmore Beach in December, with the total now over 400. And the shoes have hobnails in the soles and look like they date back to Victorian times.
That's pretty wild.
More than 150 years ago.
Do they think it might have been cargo in a sunken ship or something?
They do. Some appear to be men's boots, while others look like children's shoes. The leading idea is that the footwear came from a cargo ship called the Frolic, which sank after hitting nearby Tusker Rock around 150 years ago. The ship was carrying shoes from Italy, which backs up the idea. Over time, the shoes have washed up. The shoes may have washed up the Ogmore River and gotten stuck in the rocks. Local residents say that they found similar old shoes along the coast for years now.
It's pretty amazing.
A bodybuilder dubbed a real-life Popeye who once boasted of growing the largest arms in his native Brazil from oil injections has died at age 55.
There's a bunch of these idiots walking around.
Arlindo de Souza had participated in TV programs when he was younger to show off his crazy physique. Relatives linked his death on Tuesday to kidney problems, which had led him to being admitted to the hospital last month in the city of Recife in northeast Brazil.
For people who are unaware, they literally inject oil into their bodies to create these faux muscles.
Nice told local media he was hospitalized with kidney problems. One of his kidneys failed, and during Christmas week, the other one had failed as well. The death certificate hasn't been issued yet, but she said, I believe it was due to multiple organ failure.
These guys always go case for the traps and the buys. That's what they do. They
glamour muscles.
It just looks weird.
So weightlifter de Souza went viral around the world when his biceps measured a staggering 29 inches around. Reports at the time said that his muscles, a product of self-administered cocktail of mineral oil and alcohol, didn't make him any stronger. Doctors had warned him the frequent injections that he used to build up his biceps could have fatal consequences or lead to abscesses that could end in amputations. De Souza said that just over a decade ago, he had lost a friend called Paulino, who had also engaged in the practice, admitting, I felt his death a lot. He took it, I took it, but he went beyond the limit. I advise no one to take this oil.
Yeah, he stopped at 29-inch biceps.
He said, I've stopped taking it and other things as well, but there's always that will to start again, but I'm managing to control myself to this day.
Yeah, not so much.
Revealing an acquaintance at the gym he trained at offered him the mix he started injecting into his body. He said, I was working out the same, so my strength stayed the same. Nothing changed. Most people who take it do not know how to apply it. They will use just any old blood vessel. Some will end up losing an arm. Other needs an operation. Some may even lose their lives. Well, he's one of those.
Then just go with regular steroids.
At 55, yep.
It also doesn't look good.
It looks ridiculous.
Yep. All right, and then that's a terrible story. I can't end on that. We'll end on this one. All right, so a New York man says that he's lucky to be alive after falling asleep in his living room and waking up to a car crashing into his home and landing on top of him. Skip Cunningham, 70 years old, fell asleep in his living room on his living room couch watching television. He got a wake-up call when a car crashed into his house. He said, the next thing I knew, I woke up and blood was running down my head and a car laying on top of me.
He said he felt exhausted.
The fire officials say shortly after midnight Tuesday, a car driving on snowy roads went through an intersection and crashed into Cunningham's living room. He said, the guy's running around saying, sorry. And I says, and that's what he says. I says, well, call 911. Cunningham was taken to the hospital. He received 13 staples to his head. His daughter, Heather, is both happy that he's okay and that he wasn't babysitting her niece at the time of the crash.
I'll call 911. What's the number?
Cunningham's daughter said he cheated death. The 70-year-old told himself, the 70-year-old himself tried to keep his lucky streak going in the ambulance ride to the hospital. He said, I tried to get them to stop at a convenience store so that I could go buy a lottery ticket, but they wouldn't stop. They said no. This isn't the first time something like this has happened to him in the 50 years that he's lived in the town. He says a car has missed the intersection stop sign and run into his driveway or house 5 times.
Dude.
Cunningham and
too
his
much.
daughter say that the state should consider putting up a flashing light at the intersection or guardrails in front of his home.
Yeah, or move.
That is what I have in the bizarre file for you for now. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back in a moment. A little later this morning, comedian Guy Torry is going to be stopping by to meet at Helium Comedy Club, spend some time with him, but we'll return with other stuff in just a moment. Yeah,
oh my God.
The lightsabers.
Learn the Force.
Like your liver wish you do?
They had all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I love that, man.
He missed this entirely.
Yeah.
No, he's just smart and he's just going forward.
He's not that smart.
Sorry.
He lived on Dagobah.
I got it. I'm a Star Wars fan, too.
See?
To have a store like that in your basement would have been like heaven. That's awesome.
So, Terry, did they allow you to go down and just take the stuff you wanted and they'd take it out in inventory later on?
Yeah. The only thing we couldn't do is we couldn't actually slice the meats on the slices.
All right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense, Terry. You stay away from the deli cutter.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. But everything else would be great.
All right, thanks.
But
Tim.
everything else, I mean, they even let us ring up people on the register. You know?
I was wondering if they would let you guys do that.
Ring up customers, you will.
Oh my God. All right, thanks,
Love
man. Appreciate it. Hang on. All right, sometimes you find something you don't want to find. I'm going to go to Gary. Hey, Gary, good morning.
Well, I had a feeling you guys would save me for one of the last ones.
All right. Yeah, do tell, Gary.
It is not Gary, but they didn't want to use anonymous, so I'm gonna go with Gary.
All right, fair enough.
So I'm in my 40s now. I officially stopped looking through Grandma and Grandpa's stuff around the age of 12. Every time we were over there, we decided to go searching, and I found some really cool things. We always had a contest who could find the coolest thing and share it with, the other cousins.
Right.
And, well, one day we were in one of the guest bedrooms. And, of course, we're challenging, wow, we got to go somewhere we've never gone. And so we pulled out all the dresser drawers. And we were going deep. And we noticed on the way back, because, who doesn't look through their grandparents' photo album?
Sure, yeah.
So we found a photo album in the way back that we just never saw before. We're like, what is this? We open it up, and good old Grandma apparently had a nice X-rated photo session done.
Oh, my God.
Session.
Wow.
Ooh.
Like how? X? Triple X? What are we talking?
Not triple X, but I got to see where my daddy came from.
Oh my God!
Oh, my God.
All right, and was it in her younger years, Gary, or was it more grandma age?
Was it like the deli meat at the bodega?
I would like to say that I was probably born at this point.
Okay.
Grandma
wow.
wasn't.
So she was
no
Grandma.
matter what, even if Grandma was 20, I don't think I'd look at it the same. But yeah, and it was like, if you guys remember in the 80s, it was that blue, cloudy, black backdrop.
Yes. Yeah.
And they were. So I don't know. I can only presume they were professionally done. But
wow.
Of course, put that back, and I lost that day, and I didn't find anything exciting. So,
all right. At what point did you say anything to anyone, or did you hold on to this forever, or did you?
I held on to this for many years, and finally, when I was basically an adult, and we were moving my grandparents from their home to a retirement community, my aunt's like, oh, we need help. I'm like, I got stuff to do. I'm good. And they're like, why are you not helping? I'm like, look. And finally I told them. And basically they all said I was off my rocker. They're like, my mom would never do this. Oh, I beg to differ. So fast forward to, God rest their souls, they both ended up passing within like a year of each other in the past few years. But so my aunt calls me up and says, hey, we need you to, we're getting rid of stuff. Go through stuff. We've got family albums. And, of course, I hear that and I start twitching. So I said, look, I am not going through any photo albums until you go through them first. So she said, all right, fine. You're still being crazy. I can't believe you're not letting us go. Maybe a week goes by after they're cleaning stuff out. And all of a sudden I get the call. And she calls me up and says, I want to apologize. And I said, what happened? She's like, I found the photo album.
There you go.
Oh my God.
There you go.
So I had to ask, I'm like, what did you do with it? And I'm like, did you look through it? She's like, I had to. It was like a train wreck. And she said it went into our backyard, fire pit. She's like, no one will ever find them. They are gone with her.
Hey,
Wow.
let me ask you, Gary, do you guys get a group rate on therapy or?
I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing, Steve. Talking about this is literally like I'm cringing right now.
Oh, dude, I told you. I saw my grandmother topless, Flagler Beach, Florida. It lives with you. Yeah, it's nothing you can ever forget. So my heart goes out to you.
Wow. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All right. Good luck with that, Gary. Wow.
Imagine that.
No.
Grandma, shoot.
And I guess they had to destroy it. I mean, she was gone,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Would you save it, Kathy?
Save one picture.
No,
For the photo album, the family photo
I
album.
guess what the hell do you want naked pictures of Grandma for? I don't know.
What if you find
We
out
have
that
no-
your relative, as you're going through things, is actually that large African American gentleman sitting on the edge of the bed?
Seriously.
See,
See, we don't have very many pictures. Like my mom was never good at taking pictures, saving pictures.
Likewise.
I told the story before, but she like destroyed all my dad's pictures of like with other, girlfriends that he had. He was engaged before, and I always wanted to see like, what they look like. And he's like, "Oh, your mom made me get rid of them." So I keep so many pictures.
Yeah, we've got loads of family photos from back in the day, and I love going back and looking at them.
That's why you are more inclined to do photo albums and presentations and wall. It's in your blood.
Yeah, because I always enjoyed it.
Right.
It was one of the things. My mom had this big canister of just a hodgepodge of photos.
Yeah. Right.
And every now and then, every once in a great while, we'd take them out and we'd throw them out on the floor and we'd start going through. They weren't arranged in any particular way. And I have a blast going through those. So yeah, my sister always kept photo albums. So I did that. Yeah, I mean, I don't really do it anymore. You can easily create them.
Sure.
Through laptops and programs.
Where it's easier than ever to do it, you do it less.
Yeah.
Because it's just always sitting there.
Yeah, but I think I should do some physical books, and you just kind of set them out and have them there, and they're kind of fun to go through from time to time. We still got time for a couple of more. Let me go. Yeah, let me go with these are things you found at your grandparents' house or would play with at your grandparents' house. I'm going to go to Sean. Hey, Sean, good morning.
Hey, Gadzooks, guys.
Gadzooks, dude. What's up?
So in addition to the story I wanted to share, I think my grandfather may have been that photographer.
Oh, no.
All right.
No. Total joke.
All
Thoughts
right.
and prayers, though, Gary. My brother and I used to love the chairlift on my grandfather's stairs.
Dude, I wanted...
And he would not love when we would race it up and down the stairs. He also did not like when we would commandeer the remote control so that when he would get like 75% of the way up, we would have him go back down and jostle him up and down a bit.
Sean, I kid you not. One year I remember asking Santa Claus for one of those chairs. I'm a kid, but it just looked like so much fun. Obviously, it's not fun if you're 90 and can barely get up one step. But what was... so you would have the remote. Your grandfather would be going up the steps, and you'd be able to take control of it and start lowering it and F with him a bit.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because the remote would I guess supersede the little lever on the chair in case something went wrong. He'd be inching up to the top to go to the bathroom or something, and we'd have him going back down. And then.
I always wanted.
So I always remember.
Sean,
thanks, man.
I always think in Preston. I think of the ones that would go up and then curve, like in the movie Gremlins.
Yeah.
So it goes up the steps and then it curves and then launches the granny out the window.
Yep.
My grandparents had a lot of furniture that was another item. So they had like a big credenza that was actually a radio when you'd open up the top.
The TV in the cabinet was a standard.
They also had a table that was a craps table, and these all took me years to find out. So
You had a craps table at home?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was a craps table, but it was like covered in like.
Yeah, Marissa, hang on. I just saw a last second shout out. Somebody emailed me for a belated shout out.
All right.
So this is for Gus Who's birthday was Wednesday, January 14th. Says, my bad. This is from Theodore Baker. Says, my bad. Gus is from Philly but lives in Millsboro, Delaware, and he listens to your podcast every day. He owns the Riverside Inn, and I get a free beer if he hears this shout out. Please. Thanks. That's from Ted. So, Ted, beers on Gus. There you go. And happy birthday to you, my friend. And thanks for checking in, and thank you for podcasting. I appreciate that. We had, speaking of podcasting, I heard a new little promo for the Preston and Steve Show podcast. And I only heard, we don't listen 24 hours a day, so I miss some of the stuff that airs when we're not on.
Right.
But it said something along the lines of, you've got 20 years of podcasts to catch up on with the Preston and Steve Show.
It's true.
It may give like a number of how many podcasts or how many thousands there are.
I think I did the math, and there's like 5,000, or we're close to 5,000. That's it. There's
Okay.
like 4,700 and whatever. I've tried to work with Dan Colachico and get that exact number because I want to celebrate our 5,000.
Yes, man. And by the way, we were like way early on the podcast thing. Way early.
The reason that number blew my mind, because I was trying to compare us to somebody who, posts a lot of podcasts. So I think I looked at Mark Maron, and he was under 2,000.
Okay.
And he retired. He couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
got tired doing it. We do 5 episodes a week.
We're getting close to $5,000. So I thought that was kind of cool to hear that the other day. All right, so before we get fully into the weekend, wrap up the week, I have to empty the junk drawer. Just getting
It's the junk drawer.
Yep.
Preston's cleaning out his junk drawer. Getting things out of his junk drawer. Finding stuff here in the junk drawer.
All right, thank you, Kyle Mack, for doing that jingle. And Steve, you should sing backups for minute by minute.
I think so.
His band.
I think if they want to be less successful, that would be the move.
All right, let me dig in here. And, there's something. All right, so if you want to stay on the moon and you have a few $1 million burning a hole in your pocket, well, a Silicon Valley startup called GRU Space is now taking reservations for a lunar hotel that it plans to open around 2030.
And this is the company that invented Flex Seal.
That's them.
Yeah.
Woo doggy. Deposits range from $250,000 to $1 million, and the total cost of a stay could top $10 million once the ship is included in that, the actual rocket that will take you up there. So the hotel would start as inflatable habitats that can hold up to 4 guests for multi-day visits.
So we're talking elaborate bounce houses.
Guess so.
I don't know how down I am with that.
Guests could take part in moonwalks, drive rovers, and even play lunar golf. Founder Skylar Chan, who started the company at age 22, sees the project as a first step toward humans living in space long term.
Listen, if things were along, and I'm talking about we've beta tested and a number of people have gone up and it's now an actual thing.
Right.
Would you do it if you had the resource?
Probably. Now, I'd be wary of the, of the ship exploding.
The
or
risk,
something going wrong.
Right.
But if it became fairly commonplace, which it's not going to in my lifetime, I would probably consider it. Now, you also have to be very wealthy in order to do it. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
It's never going to be inexpensive. Because
Well, you just sold those shot glasses from the Kentucky Derby.
But the fuel is so expensive.
Yeah.
And that's what it takes to get people up there. So I don't know. How about you?
Yes, it would be a dream come true, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
not in my lifetime.
There's a pretty good book. I didn't love it, but it's called Artemis, and it is the same author that gave us The Martian and Project Hail Mary, and it's all about a moon base essentially, and it's gotten to the point where it's a full. It's an indoor complex where it's not just a place to stay, but there's entertainment and all kinds of things. It's big enough.
Is it a community like a biosphere?
Yeah, it's like that. And people can travel up, and it's a travel destination,
right?
And then you can take trips out to go and see, where the first lunar landing was, because all that stuff is
That would
still
be
out
tourism.
there, and they use it as tourism. I thought that was a pretty cool idea.
I think the idea, if we want to, you and I go into business and we make sure that there is a retro Pizza Hut on the moon.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be
Oh
great?
my God, yes, for sure. And there would have to be a replica of the diner from Spaceballs.
Yes.
For sure. You walk in and they're playing Van Halen. And
I mean, it kind of sucks that our moon's kind of boring. Like, why couldn't we get Europa?
Europa is
frozen.
It's all frozen. It's liquid.
I know, but
you can go skating while you're up there, skiing and stuff.
Absolutely.
It's activities.
And hot chocolate tastes best.
Isn't it colorful, though, Europa?
It's white.
Oh, is it white?
Yeah.
All right.
I know.
All right.
So listen, the moon, don't give short shrift to the moon. The moon's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
And we're finding that there's water in some of the craters on the dark side, and there's all sorts of things. Plus, moon gorillas.
I mean, it's kind of a desert, but the craters give it a landscape of sorts. But yeah, I mean, you're not going to get a variety of colors. But I don't know. What do you want, man?
Yeah, come on, man, get off our back. The Sea of Tranquility. They were when they were landing, they were just how many yards away from a crater that was pretty deep.
Yeah, Neil Armstrong had to use it manually. Had to get them out of that area. I want to see a great series, and I'm most of the way through it again, probably for the 5th time or so, is From the Earth to the Moon. And the second trip up, they got much more specific on where they landed.
Yes,
They had to prove that they could navigate to a very specific spot. But that first time, with Buzz and Neil, Steve, they were just kind of
down to the second.
They were just kind of hoping they could put it down somewhere safe.
Second trip up, they landed near the diner. So
Yeah, exactly. And that inspired Spaceballs for that scene. So anyhow, the hotel doesn't exist yet, obviously. But the company says that it's not stopping people from already signing up. So people are on board.
Do you know what they should do? In like Blazing Saddles fashion, put in a toll, like, get it
all
set.
the way up. But I mean, these people are putting these deposit downs. I hope they are refundable deposits.
Yeah.
But some are spending up to $1 million to make sure that they have, essentially a spot in line.
So you have FU to the FU money.
Oh yeah, it's got to be billionaires, that are doing this type of thing. So, but anyhow, if you're interested in that, you can look into GRU Space or GRU Space, GRU.
For Invincible Me.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's see what else. Costco members can tap into even more perks of the membership through an electronic device trade-in program that they've started. So if you have old electronics that you're not using, you can consider trading them into Costco instead of storing them indefinitely or throwing them away. The program is powered by Phobio, a specialist in the trade industry. Potential rewards for devices range up to $2,550 for laptops. And Costco accepts a wide variety of brands, including Apple, Samsung, and Google. The 6 product categories that you can trade in are phone, laptop, tablet, smartwatch, desktop, and media player.
So I assume that they're doing some sort of vetting where they check like to see if the device is functional on a basic level, right?
I don't know. I think they want the components.
They just want the components.
Yeah. So, and by the way, I have like 6 old laptops.
As do I.
I have a gazillion iPhones.
I've always been trepidatious about throwing
because
them
of personal
away.
information.
Personal information.
Yeah,
Listen,
Rochelle's the same way. I'm like, I think it's too much work for somebody to go mining into my
Agreed.
laptop and
It's-
find anything that's worth a damn.
And I know it's unhinged. Others I've completely destroyed it. I'm fine. If you beat the crap out of the hard drive, you're good. But I still just kind of hold on to them.
But if you can get $2,500 worth of merch from Costco,
I'm just I want to see what
totally
the
worth it.
parameters are. What exactly they want.
I'm on the website now, and it looks like you select. So you get a quote before you do anything, and you have to answer a couple questions. So it probably says, does it turn on?
Right.
Does it hold a charge? Things like that.
Are you horny?
I don't know if that has to do anything.
Why did you ask that?
All right, so to participate, all you have to do is fill out a form, like Marissa said. It's on the Phobio's website. Details such as brand, original purchase date of your item, its condition, and then you can get an instant quote. From there, you can print a shipping label and prepare your device for shipment. It includes steps like wiping it, packing it, securing it, and getting it to a shipping service.
I'm glad to hear that Phobio, who is a failed romance novel model,
he was Fabio's cousin.
Fabio's cousin. Phobio just didn't have the same chops.
So once Costco and Phobio get your device, they'll take a look at it. They'll make sure it's clean. They'll prep your payout. And as a reward, you'll get a digital Costco shop card that you can use toward your favorite Costco purchases in the warehouse or online. The whole process takes somewhere between 9 and 15 business days.
That's actually pretty good. How did they just start this, or?
Yeah, I just saw this yesterday.
All right.
So Costco's program not only provides savings, but also helps reduce demand for new minerals used in manufacturing electronics. That makes them beneficial for both your wallet and the environment.
Is this solely for Costco members?
Yes. So it says companies can extract valuable materials from old devices, such as gold, as well as important ones used in lithium-ion batteries. And that's why it's tremendous waste that so much old electronics go to waste, leaving an estimated $62 billion in value on the table. Trading in old electronics is also important in keeping hazardous materials out of landfills. Poorly managed e-waste can leach dangerous chemicals such as mercury and lead, thereby contaminating soil and water.
How about that?
Yeah.
Because they always have those mass, like the office complex here will have a digital garbage day where they'll come by with, I guess, shredders and bulk erasers and things of that nature and get rid of it for you. But if you could get paid for it.
Yeah, I've turned in, we had old PCs that we got rid of through that very thing, and I think it might have been here.
Do you remember what they did? I mean, did they?
They just took it from me. I don't remember what kind of guarantee they gave you that, that any data was going to be was not going to be compromised. So I just remember I felt okay doing it. So
somewhere in Russia, there are guys sitting around your computer going, "This guy really likes sporty spice."
Yeah. If you're interested, check through Costco. But I thought that's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
You know. All right, let's see what else we got here. All right, I found this one. I thought about putting this in the Just Saying Institute, but we'll do this here. A biopharmaceutical company is looking for ways to slim down household pets. Okava Pharmaceuticals in San Francisco plans to introduce this week a new GLP-1 clinical weight loss study for cats. It's called Meow 1. And
to be honest, this could be a good thing.
Yeah, they will look to use OKV-119, which is a miniature implant in cats, which will deliver the GLP-1 continuously for up to 6 months.
Because one of the hardest things to do is to get an obese animal to lose weight.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, our male dog he's overweight.
Yeah.
And he loves to eat, and it's hard to
especially when you have another pet in the house.
Yeah, it's hard to keep that from happening. So Meow 1 is the first ever weight loss trial using this approach on household pets. The study is going to examine up to 50 cats who will take the implant and have their weight studied at 3 months on the drug, though the cats will remain under evaluation for 6 months, according to Okava CEO Michael Klotzman.
If they can get a handle on this, how soon before we're having cats inject oil to give them fake muscles?
Klotzman said that the goal would be to file for FDA approval for the product between 2027 and 28, and the target is for the product to cost owners an out-of-pocket payment around $100 a month. The company says weight is a particular important issue among felines, as over 50% of domestic household cats are overweight or clinically obese.
Yeah, we've had a few, that are on the heavier side, and you work hard and you try to do the best you can for them. But now we now have 7 remaining.
Seeing the big, the ones that look like sumo wrestlers, crack me up.
Yeah.
They're
big fat
They're
cats.
so funny. Okava will use exenatide as its GLP-1 for the study. A different ingredient than is used for popular weight loss drugs for humans. Ozempic uses semaglutide, and Mounjaro uses a trizepatide.
So what popular song will they rip off for the cat version of Ozempic?
Yeah. That's a good question.
Cats in the Cradle?
The company
it's not peppy enough.
Claims several advantages to using the drug on pets over using traditional diet or exercise regimens. Some of the pros that the company cites are reduced risk of diabetes through improved glucose metabolism and decreased osteoarthritic pain.
Stray cat strut.
And inflammation. There you go. As among the advantages cited are enhanced cardiovascular function and better insulin sensitivity.
Yeah. So I wonder what the availability now is of the non-injectable, because now every company is coming out with some sort of weight loss drug, because everyone weighs out the pros and cons of getting on it, whether we talked about microdosing or whatever.
Right.
They're seeing the advantages.
Yeah, Wegovy's the only one that's
pill form.
Pill form.
Okay.
Right now, there's another one on the road.
The company also says that early studies have proven the implant and GLP-1 treatment is safe and beneficial to pets.
Yes, do you carry pussy pills?
No, we only do the injections, sir. We just do the pussy injections. Beyond just cats, Okava plans to study dogs next, too.
Yeah, why not?
They said the medicine works similarly in pets as it does in humans.
For my experience over the years has been you're more likely to find a corpulent cat than a puffy puppy.
They said pet owners should expect to see meaningful behavioral changes in their animals. Most notably, pets will become less food motivated.
Right.
They'll show less begging behavior.
Yes.
Reduced scavenging and better portion control.
But Press, you have your dogs are siblings, and
yes.
You feed them at the same time. Why is one bigger, fatter than the other?
So not only fatter, just bigger in general.
Right.
So there has to be. They're not pure Yorkies.
Okay.
There's some other bloodline in there, and we think that in the genetic milkshake that happens when they're being created, that Haley, the female, had to have gotten some Chihuahua in there because she's smaller. She's more intense in her she's more hyperactive, like you said, and her snout looks a little bit different.
Okay,
but they're both from the same litter. She just came out a little different.
Is it possible they're Saint Bernards?
Saint Bernards, quite possible. I don't know if I see any Saint Bernard in there or not. But anyhow, I thought that was a cool idea that they're gonna do weight control for cats.
Long-term health prospects. It's good.
Yeah. All right, back into the junk show. All right, I saw this story out of China. Parents have found a new way to pressure their kids into getting married, and it involves AI-generated videos. These clips, which are flooding platforms like Weibo, show fake older people expressing regret about not starting families when they were younger. And in one viral video, an AI-created 58-year-old woman sits alone during hospital visits while other patients have family members caring for them. Another shows a 56-year-old character wishing that she had listened to her parents. And I saw this, and I was wondering if the pressure to get married is still really as much of a thing as it used to be.
Well, I think particularly with China, they're countering their, one child or their child limitation rules. They find themselves with the population, even though they have a huge population, they're fighting a lot of issues that came with all of those rules in the 90s. So, but that's a good question, Preston. Is there the pressure if you are? You talk about globally, right? I mean, just in general.
Yeah, already here.
Yeah,
and, the people listening right now, because I remember a friend of mine who, we're the same age.
Yeah.
I remember him telling me when we were in probably our early 30s that his parents were really pushing. Hey, you're not married yet.
I never had that.
We really want some grandkids, And
in fact, my advice was, please don't ever get married. Don't have kids.
No, but and I was like, wow, really? You're getting that? I'd never gotten that from my parents, but because it says here not just about having kids, but just about getting married.
Getting married
in particular, and I know obviously times have changed. Specifically, that. There was a time where women needed to find a man to help support them because women weren't really commonplace in the workforce, and so therefore, if you didn't find a breadwinner, you were going to be stuck with your family and having to take money from them.
There's a big indicator of that in the movie It's a Wonderful Life, where Mary hasn't gotten married. You're not going to like it. She's an old maid.
She's an old maid.
Yeah.
I
mean, women couldn't get credit cards until the 70s.
Yeah. So,
but they had their own cigarette.
Virginia, come a long way, baby.
Somebody had to buy them for us, but
baby, you've come a long way,
baby. You got your own cancer stick.
Oh my God. But I'm just not sure if it
I think some cultures are probably you're going to feel it a little bit more.
Certainly, yeah. And maybe China is one of those. China saw marriage registrations drop more than 20% in 2024, with just 6.1 million couples tying the knot, which has parents worried, apparently. While some commenters are cheering on the trend and asking for more videos, young people mostly find it funny. Many say the fact that parents had to use AI because they couldn't find real people to share these regrets says a lot.
That doesn't say a lot about your message.
Yeah.
I'm loving it, man.
Yep. All right, back into the drawer of the junk. All right, here's one. Speaking of having kids, this is according to Kate Stone. She's a mother and is breaking down which extracurricular activities are most helpful for getting kids into college. I don't know. She is, hang on a second, college admission process. She's a professional who's built a career on guiding students. So
she's a madam.
Yeah, she's a no. She's a college admissions expert.
I see.
So,
okay,
yeah, sorry about that.
Is crew in there rowing?
Well, let's start at the beginning, and then I'll get to that. While being involved at a school is great, not all extracurriculars are created equal. Anything that thousands of kids are doing is always going to be less helpful for you, she says. And it's not that you should completely avoid popular extracurriculars, though. It just means that you have to bring something creative or differentiated to it.
So these things they're gonna stoke your chances of getting into a college, right? It's going to help you with that process.
Yeah.
I assume promoting college basketball gambling is not one of them.
Probably not. The college admissions expert recently ranked a handful of popular high school activities according to their value, and she did it out of a ranking out of 10.
All right.
So 10 being the best. So I'll give you a couple of these on here. So in an application to a top-tier university, if you're a newspaper editor, that's like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
My daughter did that at her high school newspaper.
Okay.
That's all I have to say about that.
Which daughter?
Oh, Casey.
All right.
She's in college.
And that helped her out?
Yeah.
Okay. Robotics is a 3 out of 10.
So if your daughter's a robot.
Student council is 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Winning academic competitions, that's an 8 out of 10.
So it's a big one.
Yeah. And so academic competition, so, math clubs and things like that.
These kind of things.
So these things. Playing viola, a 9 out of 10.
Why the viola?
Playing the violin is 3 out of 10.
What?
Why?
I guess fewer people play the viola.
All right, hang on.
What
a
about the
second.
guitar?
The viola is slightly larger than a violin.
Okay.
Okay. I knew you were going to ask the question.
And like deeper, right? Like the sound.
Well, yeah, because it's larger. It has it's got a lower register
All
to
right,
it.
so hang on a second. Then what's that compared to a cello?
Well, a cello is even larger. So
Okay.
it's got a lower timbre to it.
All right.
And remember, a manwich is a meal.
Yeah, but it tastes like what is it?
Looks like a sneaker, tastes like a meal.
No,
Wait, which one? The sneaker one or the meal?
The manwich.
it's something is something, but a manwich is a meal. A burger's a burger, but a manwich is a meal. Maybe is that
Something
what it was?
like that, yeah. I forgot.
We could go on.
I opened up a
forever.
can of worms with that one.
Yep. All right, taking an independent online course or college course is an 8 out of 10. So it's an independent course. Planning your prom, planning your summer vacation is a 7 out of 10.
Wait, students can plan. I just assumed that the prom was planned by all of like the faculty and staff. I had no idea that. I wasn't.
You're
part
on
of
the prom planning committee.
Yeah, you get
all
to
right.
pick the theme and the colors and what the little giveaway is.
You know what I did? What I recall most about the prom was that "Carry On My Wayward Son." It was in the program. They had it as by Journey, and I was like,
"What?"
I know.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know why that song was listed, but it was like carry and by Journey. I was like, that's not Journey.
What?
Yeah. They didn't consult me. That's why.
Okay, so you should have been on the prom
Should have
committee.
been on the committee.
All right, solving a real world problem in your community will get you a 10 out of 10. As far as extracurricular activities being a good sign for a university.
So that's where like Eagle Scout comes into play.
Yeah.
You know, if you're an Eagle Scout, like that's part of like you have to do something for your community.
It's a final project.
It's a massive point.
Yep. So what else
about devising a way to travel faster than the speed of light? Will that bode well for you?
They might take a peek at
I
that.
see here that you broke the speed of light barrier.
Model, UN, and debate.
Why do you have to be attractive to join that?
5 out of 10. No, it's not like a fashion model.
You guys know I was in the Model UN, right?
Yeah.
In college, though.
Super sexy.
Yeah.
And what did you represent?
Djibouti.
Djibouti.
Yeah.
No kidding.
And was your slogan, "It's my duty to please the
that
people of Djibouti"?
The only thing I actually remember from any of that is that the capital of Djibouti is Djibouti.
That's right.
That's all I remember.
Listen, things should be so simple.
Yeah.
All right, this is interesting, Casey. You mentioned Eagle Scout. That's only 6 out of 10. I find that surprising.
Eagle Scout to me would carry a lot more impact.
I feel like
so.
maybe it carried more impact in the past.
Well,
and then
Eagle Scout, like if you're getting into some of the great, like the Citadel or some of the great military academies or West Point, like you'd have to have like a senator or somebody get behind you. But I know that scouting thing figures in prominently.
Listen, this whole college thing is a game these days, right? And the parents are now they know how to play the game.
Yeah.
So so this is just another tactic.
Part of the game.
It's another part of
It's
it.
like Catan.
Yeah, exactly. And so so all of this stuff, it's so competitive, and the colleges know this too.
I'm sorry, Casey. I have breaking news. Can you can you pull that up real quick? Hang on real quick. Yep.
Breaking news.
All right, this just in. A sandwich is a sandwich, but a manwich is a meal.
There you go. Yeah. A lot of people are coming to terms with that right now.
Okay, thank you.
I just had a sandwich. You didn't have a manwich? Because that's a meal. By the way, I do love a manwich.
All right. So also, here's a couple more. I just have a handful of these lists. Founding a club with a measurable impact is, well, if you're a founder of a club, it's a 3 out of 10. That's not so great. But founding a club with a measurable impact, whatever that means, is a 9 out of 10. All right. If you're
like ISIS.
If you're the varsity captain, it's a 5 out of 10. Which I would have thought that would have been a little bit.
I
better
thought it
than
would have
that.
carried more. I'm clearly a bad judge of this stuff.
I guess if you're not really going for an athletic scholarship, right? Maybe, I don't know.
You just like to smell worn gym clothes.
If you are a tutor, not like a farter, okay? A tutor.
Well, what is that?
Tutoring.
I should have gotten into Yale.
I thought you meant like a British royal family.
No, that'd be a tutor.
Right,
A tutor. I hit the second T hard. 4 out of 10. Internships will gain you a 7 out of 10. That's important to know.
Yeah.
Internships, or I wouldn't be doing what I do without entering into an internship program.
Hey, Marissa, can you do me a quick favor as he's going through this list? Can you find out how many high schools there are in this country? All right, back to you, Preston.
How many high schools there are in the country?
Yeah,
in
it's
the
just
United States?
a point I want to make.
Okay, and then there's only one left, and that is if you are DECA, D-E-C-A, which is Student Career Organization, that'll get you 5 out of 10.
Wow, I had virtually none of the. In fact, I had none of these. What I'm saying,
Right.
virtually none of these. I
All
was,
right. Marissa found
not inclined.
There's a lot of here, Casey.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
So it's close to like 23,000.
Okay, so that means there's 23,000 valedictorians every single year. So that's what I'm saying. Like all of this stuff, it's all a game, right? So
Man.
it's all a game, man. No, but listen,
You're being taken, man.
let's just go by like the Ivy Leagues, right? The Ivy League schools
a game.
are full of valedictorians, but if you don't have a story along with it, you're not going to get in, right? So like you have to do something else. You have to like create your own charity, or you know what I mean?
Or steal a good story.
Listen, my
I was a funny DJ in the Vietnam War.
My son's brother is my son would be my son.
My son's brother is the greatest guy.
Son's brother would be your other son.
My
son's sister.
My son's friend
is a delight.
My son's friend is National Honor Society.
My son's mother.
He's an Eagle Scout.
Yes,
and and he got like waitlisted like Penn State. But it was the Camille School of Business, which is very, very highly sought after, right? But like Penn State, for instance, like they take in all of these other like out of state students because they have to pay full price. Like it's just this weird.
It's a
weird
game, man.
It's a game. It kind of sucks. It kind of sucks because other states they like mandate that you have to take a certain amount of in-state residents, right? Like Michigan State, for instance, but Penn State doesn't do that, and they're like, well, why would we take this high achieving kid that lives in Pennsylvania,
who's not going to make us more money,
when I can take some kid from New Jersey
to me
who's going to pay $70,000?
Seems like a big game.
Man, it sucks. And listen, we've gone through it, right? Like we have 2 kids in college now. We got another one who's on the way, and she is a high achieving kid, right? But and she has worked her ass off, but like she's competing, it's this weird competition. It sucks.
So your son's brother, your son, does he have good grades?
Yeah, he's National Honor Society.
Oh yeah,
he's got great grades.
Yeah.
What does your son's mother think about this?
I don't know. I haven't talked. No, but it sucks. He.
I know what you're saying. There's all sorts of. Listen, at their very core, these hallowed learning establishments are businesses.
Yeah.
So they're going to look for the best way to bring in profit.
Yeah. So don't forget that they are a for-profit institution.
Yeah. No, for sure, absolutely. And there's sometimes, like you said, it's a game, man. But you got to stack the deck a little bit.
So you have to play the game too,
and you have to start playing it early too. If you depending on what your goals are, how lofty your goals are. Because I didn't have goals, so I didn't care.
Yeah,
I didn't do any of that stuff. I only did call it crazy things that I was actually interested in.
Well, life for us was like Plinko. It got dropped down, and by just the intervention of the fates, we ended up doing okay.
Yep, exactly. All right, Case, I have just a short thing. One more, if you don't mind. Or I think I do. It's in here somewhere. Let me dig into this drawer.
Wow, I feel like you're actually doing it.
All right. If you hate to walk away from the television, you can just take it with you now. Hisense announced a new TV. It's called the S6 Follow Me that can roll from room to room if you needed to.
Oh, my.
The 32-inch 4K touchscreen sits on a pedestal with wheels and can tilt, rotate, and adjust in height. Now, I haven't seen this. I've only read this story. You have?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
So think of like it almost looks like a large iPad on a swivel. So the mount is on a swivel, and it's almost like the kind of rollers that you would have an IV on.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one that I've seen.
What's the name of it again, President?
Hisense.
It is called Hisense, and it's called the S6 Follow Me.
All right, the Hisense is the brand. I remember that.
Yeah.
I always thought like Hisense was like it was like the cheaper TV that you would find at Walmart.
Hisense is actually put out some good stuff. Okay. This is a different version than I saw, Preston. I might have seen the beta, but yeah. Does that hold any interest to you?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, God, no.
Because Lord knows you don't have enough TVs.
I know. Yeah, I mean, TVs are pretty inexpensive now.
And by the way,
pretty much put them where you want to.
The big issue that all these companies are dealing with, and Netflix and HBO and these kind of things, is that a good portion of the TV viewing public is not viewing classic TV, A, and B, they're watching it on their phones, and or iPads, which you can carry with you anyway.
Yeah.
You don't need an affixed stand.
But if you do want a larger screen, this is a better option because it's a 32-inch screen as opposed to a pad is going to be about as big as you get.
With your kids, quote unquote kids, in general. Large screen TV sitters or mostly computer?
They do both. So yeah, they'll spend some time on the phone. But if they're going to watch a movie or a show, it's on the TV.
On the TV.
On the screen,
okay, yeah.
I'm still laughing that I said my son's brother.
Should we just hang there for a little while? Okay.
No, because I wanted to say
It's a game. It's a game.
It's a kid, my son's brother. Sorry. When you were coming up, when you were a little kid, how many TVs did you have?
Okay, I'll tell you, like teenage years.
Yeah.
So we had the living room television. We had one in the basement, and then one in my room, my sister's room, and my parents' room. So we had 5 TVs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there was the TV in the main room. My parents had a TV in their bedroom. That was it. Then my older brother, Gene, got a black and white. These are all black and white. I mean, I go way back.
Yeah.
And then we finally had den, parents' bedroom, my bedroom, and one in the basement.
Yes, we had 2 essentially. We had a room called the TV room, and that was upstairs.
Yeah.
But we did have a black and white TV that was in the kitchen. And that wasn't connected to cable. So that was like strictly to like maybe watch the news when you were eating lunch or dinner or whatever.
Right.
We had one black and white TV that lasted a long time. And the thing that was unique about this particular black and white television, it was a fairly small one. I'm holding out my arms, it's about this big. And in its later years, as the picture would get a little bit iffy, we would beat the piss out of that.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Smack it as hard as you could. And you know what?
It would work.
It would work.
It would work.
You'd just hit it.
Smacked. We had an Admiral or maybe a Philco, these old brands, and Preston, I'd rabbit punch,
bang,
like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And then I attached a closed wrench to the on and off button on the top. And my brother and I were in the same room. I was the turn on guy. There was the rope in the middle. And I'd have the rope, and then when we were going to sleep, I'd toss the rope over to his bed
and he'd turn it off.
All right,
that's great.
Follow-up question: what TV show do you think of when you think of that television?
That particular one, that one, The Night Stalker. That's a movie, and then I remember clearly when we got our first color television set. Yes, that's my frame of reference, chronologically speaking. I remember for the first time ever seeing that Wile E. Coyote had yellow eyes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No kidding. Because when I ask you that question, I think of 2 things: tic-tac-toe for some reason,
right?
And I just
2 girls in a cup.
No. I'm just going to say the news, but in particular, it was the Russia conflict in the Middle East. Because I thought the world was going to end.
I probably think of reruns of Leave It to Beaver.
Okay.
Because that would be on in the morning before school.
Great show.
And I would go in, and that was in black and white. So, all right. But anyway, they have this. If you want to get the S2 or the S6 Follow Me, it runs on battery power for up to 10 hours. So that means you can move it around. You don't have to plug it in. That's kind of the unique thing about it, I think.
And it's clearly
besides
like
the fact that it's on a stand and a roller.
It's a Wi-Fi set.
It also has anti-glare coating to help it work in bright spaces like kitchens or patios. Hisense designed it for people who want a screen that goes where they go. It reminds me of, have you ever been to in some medical offices?
Yeah.
Like they roll their monitors around from place to place.
So a lot of people use these monitors as like extended iPads. You know, they make touch screens that are that size for that same purpose.
Yeah, I don't think this is a touch screen.
No, it's not.
But this is for just watching shows or whatever you may be doing.
I want to watch Leave It to Beaver in here.
So it says that it uses Wi-Fi 6 and, Steve, touchscreen for controls.
There you go.
Instead of a remote. There you go. They have not yet announced pricing or release date as of yet, so it's still kind of in advanced conceptual phase.
I would love to see them attach sort of an electric scooter to the bottom of it so you could drive your TV around town.
And you could be watching some cool exotic location and think you're driving around there.
Yeah, we need all of this so much.
All right, that's the last thing. All right.
That was a junk drawer. Preston's closing up his junk drawer. There's nothing left here in the junk drawer. Until next time, that was the junk drawer.
One day we'll put some champagne glasses in here.
Yeah, they'll
see
just
if I can
explode while you're in the middle of that. All right, let's take a break and come back in a moment. Is Guy here yet?
Yeah, he's here.
All right, Guy Torry is going to be in our studio, Helium Comedy Club this weekend, so we'll spend some time with him when we return. Stay with us.
Did
you
all
say
sorts
your
of little things?
the chopping block in your kitchen was also a Sibian?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, another one of those is bumper pool.
Oh, yeah.
Because you could put a top on it and it would become a table.
Sure.
I love bumper pool.
I hated bumper pool.
I loved it.
It took me way too long in life to find out. I opened up the lamp was on a table, so it was connected to the table. I opened up the table bottom on one day, and there was a record player in there.
Okay.
And Abbey Road was sitting right there.
Oh, that's
So-
here's a couple more on this list of things you always found at Grandma's house. A decorative bowl of plastic grapes that she had for at least
Wax
25
fruit.
years. Yeah.
Wax fruit, a perennial.
Very dusty.
I remember playing with the plastic grapes and pretending to eat them as well. Could have choked on one. How about a set of very outdated encyclopedias?
Oh my God, we had the encyclopedias.
Yeah, we did too. and I would go through them and find in the anatomy ones, they would have those the clear pages that you could fold like the muscle groups on top of the internal organs, on top of the
acetate.
bones.
Yeah,
the acetate. That's it.
So my mother got us the full Funkin' Wagnall encyclopedia set through the supermarket that you'd go to. So you'd go and purchase, and they'd bring out a new letter every week. It was the worst. You know, you'd lose letters. It was the most incomplete encyclopedia set ever.
Also, this says in her old telephone list finder sitting next to the phone. And Steve,
I remember those.
What did they call those? Was it like a Filofax or?
The Filofax is a similar. Yeah, in fact, that might be the name, Preston, but you'd have these little. Yes, that's
I have a picture of it right here. Yeah, it was.
You'd move an arrow down.
It was flat, and you would move this arrow down to the letter you want, and you'd hit the button, and it would pop open.
Yeah.
Right to that part of where the phone numbers were kept.
Yeah.
And I used to play with that thing all the time.
I loved it. Yeah.
It's because it would spring open. Let's see here. And the last thing it says the tin of Royal Dansk Danish butter cookies that never had cookies in it. It was filled with other stuff.
Yeah, several people were texting in that the sewing supplies ended up in those.
Sewing.
And that's what this photo is.
There
like
we go.
all the threads and needles and all
By
that
the way,
stuff.
I love those Royal Dansk
They are good
butter
cookies.
Too.
They're so
butter
damn
cookies.
good.
Yes.
They're really good.
Do they still exist?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
do.
do.
We should probably
Yeah,
get some.
they're excellent.
Were they all the same flavor?
No.
They were different flavors,
Yes.
right? Now that I'm looking at them.
I think they were all butter cookies, different shapes. Some of them had sugar on them.
Sugar on
Some of them didn't.
Some had chocolate swirled into them. Yes,
Some of them had like little fruit inserts and things like that.
but they were all super healthy.
Yeah. All right. Oh, here's another one. A cozy Afghan blanket.
Oh, yeah.
That smelled just like her house. Yeah, and my one of my actually both of my grandmothers were quilters. So there were quilts all over the place as well. So yeah, these are it's interesting, and I'm wondering what it's like now if kids in our era, in this era, even need to root around through stuff and find things
This
to
is
play
my
with.
grandmother's zip drive.
Yeah, exactly, because you've got plenty of options of things to either watch or play with, handheld devices that you just give the kid the phone and they can play, with apps and phones like that. I wonder if they still go through drawers and go through closets and find things to entertain themselves with.
They can find grandma's naked pictures online now.
Yes, exactly. They're there.
Just go to Pornhub.
PrestonandSteve.com.
Digitally forever. Yeah. Grandma's on OnlyFans.
There was one time at Keenan's.
Yeah. Philly's hottest, one or the other, something or the other.
Why did your hair never grow in right, Grandma?
All right. Well, thank you for your calls. We do appreciate it. Speaking of Keenan's, it's back on, folks. We made the announcement last week. Scott came by, Scott Keenan, to reveal the information. So the date is Friday, May 27th. We will be broadcasting live at Keenan's North Wildwood. It is sponsored by Coors Light. It's our official opening of the Jersey Shore. It's Eggs with Peg. We'll have contests. We'll have stuff to give away. Essentially, we're just going to have a damn good time early in the morning, and we'll get the summer started off right. And by the way, if you are interested, we have what's called the Countdown to Keenan's. And it's your chance to win cut the line passes, a VIP table with a bucket of Coors Light, and a case of Coors Light as well.
Excellent.
After that. And all you have to do is go online. You go to the Keenan's event page, WMMR.com. Upload a photo of one of your favorite moments from one of our previous Keenan's events, if you've been before, and you hanging out with your friends, whatever it may be. And all photo entries will be displayed in the gallery on the page, and we'll pick a winner on May 20th. And we'll also have a chance, if you haven't been and you haven't taken pictures, been there, we'll have a chance to win starting this week. And each Friday we will give one of those VIP passes away. And get
There's some great photos on here already. This is cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's one, Steve, you just mentioned getting a head shave. There's a contest we did called Rock, Paper, Clippers. And then, people just putting up group shots and stuff. It's neat.
Let's see if we shave some heads again this year. I don't know. We'll talk about that. All right. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back in just a moment. Don't forget, we have in about an hour from now, Concert Cash, your chance to win. We'll be back in a moment.
Preston and Steve.
On 93.3 WMMR. WMMR proudly presents Kathy's Cuts, benefiting Wigs for Kids.
And you can walk on my team. You can participate and be a part of this if you donate and sign up for Team Preston WMMR. You get a team T-shirt. We will actually get to walk on Lincoln Financial Field. If you've always wanted to be down there on the field.
Pretty cool.
Chance to do that. Swoop will be there, Eagles cheerleaders, and not to brag or anything, but I'm this year's media honored hero.
Wow.
So I'm getting an award. So thank you, everyone. Please quiet down. No, and you can hear my call late in the night. Whatever it is, I can't make that noise again. And that's me. So anyhow, it's coming up on the 12th of June, and it's for Crohn's and Colitis Foundation research, education, and patient support services for those suffering from inflammatory bowel diseases, which are insanely painful, gang. So if you could help out, that would be great. And sign up for the team. And just go to WMMR.com and click on events, and you will find the info there, and would love to have you on the team.
Preston, I got a text yesterday from Giovanna Pisano. Giovanna won our Isolation Idol contest. Remember that from 2020, right at the beginning of the pandemic? Her band, Dinah, is going to be playing at your event. So she's she saw the information on the website, and she's like, "Oh my God, I get to see Preston." She was on our show via Zoom, but never got to meet us.
Yeah.
So Giovanna and her band are going to be there at that event on June 12th, which is really cool.
They always have several bands in different parts of the concourse playing as you're walking along, and there's usually, like superheroes and things. It's really cool.
But it's cool also. You've had to do it in a more mitigated way over the past couple of years, and this is sort of a return to what everyone loved about the event.
All these upcoming events are finally going to be what they once were, which is great. So participate.
You am them.
If you can. We am them. All right, I got this email. It was a little while back, but better late than never. I thought this was an interesting question to pose to people. So I got this email from Brian, who lives in, is it Lewis, Delaware? Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
Lewis, Delaware, L-A-W-E-S, Lewis, Delaware. He said, hey, He said, I had an idea that I thought might be interesting. Recently, I learned that my in-laws have a garbage disposal, and they refuse to use it because they don't want to break it. They keep a trash bag in the sink for food scraps instead of allowing them to go into the garbage disposal.
So they have a device that they never use for fear of breaking it.
Yes. And he said, this is pure insanity to me. And it got me to thinking, if there are other things of convenience that some people refuse to use for fear of breaking them. So, and he also said, additionally, it's become clear to me that people love to do greetings when they go live on the air. I thought maybe a segment maybe called the Salutation Station would be cool. And it would allow people to get in and get their greeting fix. Now, we'll worry about that another time. But anyhow, that's an interesting question. So you have this device that is made specifically for this one thing to do, yet you don't want to use it because you might break it. But what's the point of having it if you're not going to use it?
I know this phenomenon exists with a lot of people. I'm a gadget guy, so I will use it. I immediately adopt something and I'll use whenever I get it. But I am aware of people who will buy things and never use them.
I do it all the time.
Oh,
I do it
are you guilty of this?
all the time.
By the way, if you are in this situation, call us. I want to hear it. 215-263-WMMR. All right, what is it?
So it's not that I won't use things; it's that I use them
sparingly.
Yes, when absolutely necessary.
Like super sparingly.
Yes.
Will you actually do extra work even though you have something that could get something? Okay.
So Casey and I we usually walk into work together, and he noticed it, I guess, a couple of times, and then finally said something to me. So this is just one example. Here at the station, when you walk into the building, there's the door that you can hit for, it's like a handicap, and it'll for somebody walking through, and it'll open the door for them.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So that's the only door you can get in the morning when we scan our key card because the doors are locked.
It's the only one that unlocks.
That unlocks, right? Once we get into the vestibule, all of the doors are open. There's several
there's like
doors.
6 doors you can go through,
I won't go through the other handicap door. I won't open that handicap door because it's automatic.
It's
and
the door
I'm
straight
using,
through, yeah.
So I'm using that door opener. It doesn't need to be. So I'll just go over to the one that I pull with my own hand and open.
Because you're afraid if you open it too often, it's eventually going to cause this to malfunction.
Correct.
Okay.
I do it with my garage door opener at home.
You don't use your automatic garage door
So I will
opener?
go out my front door if more often than not, because if I use the garage door opener so much, eventually it's going to break, right, guys?
Oh, wow.
Meanwhile, wait, hold on. I had to have it replaced because it did break after 13 years.
13 years.
It's going to happen anyway.
13 years.
Yeah.
I got 13 years out of it, but maybe did I get 13 years out of it because I used the front door?
Is this why you were asking about a garage door?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Marissa, our next guest is going to be performing at Helium Comedy Club this weekend. Shows tonight and tomorrow, and a Sunday show, too.
Nice.
7 o'clock, by the way. You can go to heliumcomedy.com to get him. He's been here a couple of times. We welcome him back. Please welcome Guy Torry.
Yes. Guy Torry, and the place to be. Got kicked out of State University. I'm here. And I am a subscriber to In Touch, actually.
Oh, are you?
Charles Stanley, I'm telling you right now.
Very nice.
I listen. That's how I stay,
centered?
Yes.
It enriches your soul?
I work in the industry, Hollywood. I'm out there with the weird people. So you need some Charles Stanley in your life. Just straight word. I don't need the shouting. I don't need the hooping, the hollering, the lock the doors, the 9 collections. Just give me straight word. Just give me what I need to know, Doctor. And then that's it. I don't need the show.
Guy, I used to pass this I assume it was Baptist service that in Manayunk down here in town. I would go in and I'd go shopping in town and do the stuff like at 9 o'clock, and it would still be going like by 12:30. I'm like, wow.
I grew up Catholic.
Yeah.
1 hour.
Yeah.
Drive through Jesus. Give me drive through Jesus.
That's me.
I don't need the reservation.
So Catholic to me, though, I was, what were we? It's been so long.
Presbyterian?
Methodist. And then, I went to a Catholic church, and I'm like, that felt like that dragged on forever.
Dude,
Really?
An hour was a long one. That was like the Palm Sunday Mass or something like that. Like I thought, because I'm Catholic as well.
Right.
45 minutes. In fact, I just, like, on my way into work this morning, I was singing City of God. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
We must build the city of God.
I went to Black Catholic Church. We sound like a Baptist church, but we wasn't doing the whole put me to sleep music. Nah.
The quickest mass I ever went to was over in Ireland. I think it was actually, was it St. Patrick's Day? And I swear to God, it was like 35 minutes. Like the priest was almost like chucking the Eucharist. Hey, come on.
Right.
And then everyone blew out of the church and went into the
Yeah, right, I was going to say that. We had that beer waiting.
Yeah. Well, if you had music like more like a Baptist church, there is the African American church communities yield some fantastic music, and I'm a drummer, and there's a whole subsection of drumming just called church chops.
Wow.
Literally called church chops. Yeah, I kid you not, because they play so badass and intense.
Yeah.
And church chops are really, really busy, really, really intense drum parts.
Got to make you give that money.
And if you see any clips of church chops, it is always a black drummer, male or female, and they're just killing it.
Who
And
just
I love
left the club last night to go straight to church and play.
To save his soul.
Exactly. It's like that movie Sinners.
Yeah. It's a great, for people who haven't seen it, they do this euphoric history of music thing, which is just, that's the movie, really.
Yeah.
That's the most impressive part.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, I sent Preston over, and I don't want to jump into this immediately, but we're big fans of your work, your acting, you're great. American History X is a masterpice, and I sent Preston over the clip. You're so good in it.
Thank you.
You provide such a central core to that movie. And I was watching you. I think you were on maybe one of Byron Allen's shows.
Comic Unleashed.
Yeah. And you were talking about your experiences and that and I didn't feel bad bringing it up now because you say you're constantly approached about the movie, right?
Absolutely, man. Yeah,
because it's a life changer for many people.
It is, man. It was my first dramatic film, actually.
Yeah.
It paid for my teeth. If you notice, the movie had terrible dental work in there.
You had big gaps in your teeth.
Yeah. I have veneers in now. Thank you, American History X. Thank you, Ed Norton. But yeah, so that movie was my first dramatic piece.
Let's reminisce. We have a clip here. If we'll play real quick.
You got a woman? Yeah, you got a woman, man. Let me give you some advice, all right? She comes to visit you. Whatever you do, no matter what, don't let her leave here in a fight, man. Don't let her walk out of here with a bad attitude, because if you do, you spend the next week wondering if she's out there getting her on with somebody else, you know what I'm saying? So when she comes in to see you, man, it's nothing but sweet talk through that glass, man. Send her away floating, all right? Because it's not like the real world, you know what I'm saying, where you can fight, but it's cool to fight because you can make up and have that make-up sex.
And then it gets in the hole.
It's so good.
Ad-lib, man.
No way, really?
Man, let me tell you something, man. The director was so cool. He
Just Tony K?
Tony K, man.
Yeah.
He said, first day I was on the set, he said, look, you have the green light. You have complete control. Take this character wherever you want to take it. And we ad-libbed. That scene was ad-lib, a famous ad-lib scene.
The basketball discussion?
The basketball, because I'm a real Laker fan.
Yeah.
And Ed is a Boston Celtic fan.
So that was real.
So we were just like, just roll the camera. And let's talk from the heart. So a lot of that was ad-lib, man.
Let me tell you, so the movie, and again, it's... I remember when it came out, and there was this controversy, and I know there'd been fighting between Ed Norton and Tony K as well. It's controversies. And Preston and I always said this. I don't know what the hubbub was about. This movie ends up as a masterpiece, and it is a movie that lives with you. And I'm looking at you, man, because you're the core change in the movie that takes place.
I appreciate that.
Yep.
And that sequence where you've protected him, and he knows you have. And this virulent skinhead racist has now said, "Oh my God, I owe this all to this gentleman who I never would have broken bread with or talked with at all." And that scene is so
black guy.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable. When you're in the moment doing that, can you feel the weight of that?
Well, yeah, because you ever heard of method actors?
Yeah.
We had a method director. Okay. He was Jewish. He's from Australia, and he wanted real skinheads in the movie.
Your extras are real skinheads?
Yeah, a lot of them. He had so he went to Orange County, California, huge skinhead population, to a corn concert. And they really bust in real skinheads from Orange County.
Wow.
So a lot of the days on the set, they were because he wanted the real tattoos, he wanted the real look, and he was Jewish. Yeah, just as much to be afraid of them as I was.
Right.
You know, because I was the only brother on the set a lot of days. I had no brothers on the crew, anything.
Man.
So what I took from that energy, and put into that character was real.
Almost all your scenes were just you and Ed Norton.
Yeah.
But you did spend some time with a more wider group of cast.
Okay.
Especially
in the basketball scene, the cafeteria scene.
Okay.
And those scenes, and the laundry scenes, they weren't, the cameras focused on us, but they was, we shot that in a real prison, by the way.
Where was this prison that you shot in?
We shot at two different prisons in L.A.
Okay.
One is Wayside Prison, which is the biggest laundry facility in the world for prisons.
Wow.
And then we shot in Lincoln Heights, the old LA County jail.
Yeah.
Because it was supposed to be Chino.
Right.
But of course, you're not gonna. Yeah.
Right.
You're not gonna go there.
Yeah.
No, my two favorite lines from the movie. Avery Brooks says, "Has anything you've done in your life made you?"
I live by that.
Has anything you've done in your life made your life better?
It literally makes me tear up.
God, I have a hard time saying it without
because
knowing.
it's just it's
not
so
the curb scene. Not the curb scene. No,
not the curb. I mean, it's a good scene, but no, I don't like the lines. But no,
the curb scene.
But also, Guy, your line when he's still not talking to you, and I can't say the word on the air, but you say, "Hey, in the joint."
We all N-words.
You the N-word. And I'm just like, wow, man. It's like, boom.
There's so many stories that came from that, man, because those scenes were, the director felt like there wasn't a connection strong enough in the script for us to turn him. So I went over his house one time. I remember I was on the Def Comedy Jam tour, and I just flew back in town on a Sunday. And he said, "Can you come over to the house and let's work on it, just me and him?" And somehow we got on the N-word.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? I'm supposed to be one, but I don't know what is, to be honest. I don't know what the definition of the N-word is.
Right.
And he said, well, he had a Australian accent. He was like, well, we have some skinheads as consultants in Orange County. Let's call them up and see what their definition of a
N-word is.
Yeah. And he said it so sexy. I was like, oh, I didn't mind it coming out your mouth. But pause. So we called him up, and I was on one line of the phone. They didn't know I was on the other end. And he's like, hey, this is Tony Kaye from the movie Two Brothers. It was originally called Two Brothers before American History X.
Oh, okay.
And because Ed Furlong and Ed Norton, they were the two brothers. Yeah. So anyway, he said, we don't know what the definition of a N-word. Yeah. And the guy goes, well, hold on a minute. So I'm taking notes like, oh, he had to go look it up in the skinhead dictionary.
He's got one. Leather bound.
Right. Then he goes, well, is someone lazy, worthless, or should go back where they belong? I said, well, blacks ain't the only N-words there.
Right, yeah.
That's a lot of Americans.
Yeah, you said you were surprised to learn that there were
we did a panel.
Yeah, like different types of skinheads.
They're black skinheads, they're white skinheads, they're Latino skinheads, they're Asian skinheads. They all have a different, mantra or whatever, but they're all considered skinheads. And so the other thing was, we think all black people are skinheads. He asked the skinhead guy. He said, no, only some of them. I'm like, well, he only hate us on the weekends. He's part-time racist. And that's where that scene came from, where I had the sheet over I put the sheet over my head.
Yeah.
That was the improv, too.
Wow. That movie would not have worked anywhere near as well without that input. And they'd seen your stand-up, and you had sort of addressed the stupidity of racism, right?
They saw me at my comedy night called Fat Tuesday.
Which is legendary.
Which is on Amazon Prime right now. Fat Tuesdays, air hip-hop comedy, PHAT. They saw me there. They came down to see Tommy Davidson.
Was he the original one they were considering for the role?
Yes, and I went on stage, and I think my subject matter was more suitable for the movie. Plus, I was cheaper.
You know what? If you had seen him in that role, that would have been a distraction.
He's a talented guy.
He's great.
He's a talented guy, and I was an unknown.
Yeah.
So Tommy Davidson was already becoming a legend at that time.
Right.
But I was an unknown. Plus, I looked like a prisoner. I was darker skinned. I had the raggedy teeth. I had it looked like I had been do some hard crime. So I looked a little more prisonish.
Right.
To be honest, if I was casting, I would have casted me too.
Yeah.
So that's what it was, and between that,
where were you in acting at that point? Had you done anything, or just a handful of things?
I had done a couple of things, and the funny thing about it is, the first day on the set, I had just finished a pilot, my first sitcom pilot called Good News, which is on UPN at the time.
UPN,
Urban People Network. Yeah. I was on that, so I just finished and wrapped at 2 a.m. from that pilot and had to switch gears and be on the set of American Shreks at 6 a.m.
So you leave a sitcom
A
to go
sitcom
to one
was
of the
big
most
and all over the
brutal
place.
movies.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
Exactly.
What a turnaround.
And only 4 hours with no sleep.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, maybe you could answer. I don't think it's ever been clearly defined or expressed. Why did Tony Kaye and Ed Norton butt heads so much on that movie when, by our reckoning, it came out phenomenally well?
Let's say creative differences.
Just creative differences.
Here's the thing, and I'm just going to be, a candid. I'm scared of no one, but God. Ed Norton is one of the greatest actors of our generation.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Got nominated for Primal Fear, his first role.
Yeah.
Right after that. Should have won it that year.
Yeah.
They gave it to Cuba Gooding Jr., who I believe didn't do as great a job as Ed Norton did in Primal Fear. I think there was time for a black person to win that year. He's very hands-on.
Yeah.
And he cares about the script.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the way he goes about it is unorthodox. Okay. And so
Some
director
might read it as difficult.
difficult.
Yeah.
Right. No actor should ever direct another actor unless you are the actor director.
Right.
Or
I
unless
see.
the actor asks for some, hey, can you give me a take on this? And that's what was going on. It was creative differences on how the script should go, and Ed, telling the other actors kind of what they should be doing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And,
he was-
and when
he
you're
was-
a director, it's like
He was stepping in the director role himself.
exactly. And this and Tony Kaye, this is his first feature film.
He came
was
from the
a
world of
video and
commercial director.
Right. So he came to America
Like
to
Ridley
do his
Scott
first
was.
film.
Yeah.
Exactly. And now you got this, this young, phenomenal, up and coming actor
Yeah.
telling you, stepping on your toes. That's like, LeBron and JJ Redick. But that's a whole other story. We'll go there.
Remember in Philly when you say talk about JJ.
I know. You got the player telling the coach how to coach. When let the coach coach. Let the coach coach. Let the director direct.
Let me bring up the Fat Tuesday phenomenon, the documentary, which I just recently became aware of. You had this comedy night, which catered to young up and coming African American comedians,
Right.
and established as well.
Right.
And so this documentary covers a lot of that.
Right.
But its impact was huge.
Yeah.
So who were some of the people participating in names
Man, who didn't participate in the documentary or the night?
In both.
Well, I created that show in 1995.
Yeah.
And it was the fact that after the Rodney King riots, a lot of industry and Black Hollywood quit going to South Central, the hood, to see black comedy.
Right.
And that's where Black Hollywood used to come and scout talent. Guys like my brother Joe Torry and Tommy Davidson and the Wayans and Martin Lawrence, they were performing at this club in South Central called the Comedy Act Theater.
That avenue was shut off then.
That was once the riots happened, people saw what was going on, in the hood, they quit coming down there.
Yeah.
So by the time I got to LA from St. Louis in 1992, I saw the lack of industry presence in the Comedy Act Theater. And I'm like, I got to change this. There's a lot of talented brothers and sisters, not getting seen. I already had an agent and manager at the time.
Right.
I said, I'm going to take the hood to Hollywood. And I went to the Sunset, the world famous comedy store, Pauly Shore's mom's place.
Yeah.
And that's where, that was the place. Because people made you feel if you weren't at the comedy store, you weren't a real comic.
Right.
So when I brought the hood to Hollywood, I created this night to showcase black talent. And Hollywood came to see it. And I'm telling you, from everybody from Martin Lawrence would be in the audience, but Eddie Murphy would be in the audience, but Prince would come, Denzel, they're all in the audience, but Cedric the Entertainer, Cat Williams, before he was Cat Williams, Chris Tucker, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, they would all come and work their material out at Fat Tuesdays or get discovered.
Did you have to sell Mitzi Shore hard on that concept, or was it pretty easy to get it to go?
It was kind of easy because at that time the Comedy Store was not doing well.
Okay.
I know they did a documentary and never mentioned Fat Tuesdays.
Oh.
And gave the credit to Mr. Rogan.
Really?
But it was really Fat Tuesdays, the little dark secret that kept those lights on in that place.
Well, Tuesday night's also an off night. So,
Right.
Yeah.
They gave me the worst night of the week.
Yeah.
I mean, this was before Taco Tuesday. I don't even know if Ruby Tuesdays was around.
I'm going to watch the documentary. It's on Amazon, is it
Yeah,
not?
it's on Amazon and Freevee,
Okay.
which is owned by Amazon. But
Yeah.
it's called Fat Tuesdays, the era of hip-hop comedy. And we were able to get one of the last interviews from Bob Saget. Bob Saget used to come and play. Rest in peace, Bob. He used to come and play Fat Tuesdays. And it was always weird because you got this 99.9% black audience, and then you got Bob Saget from Full House walks in, and we're expecting corny stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
and,
how
then,
you gonna know?
and then the minute he opened his mouth, black people like, oh, Def Comedy Jam inside. He was stand up New York on the outside, but inside he was Def Comedy Jam.
Guy, he was a good friend of the show, and,
Man,
and I think
Bob,
just about 4 or 5 days before he died, we had him on, and he was talking about a whole bunch of stuff and coming and seeing us and the whole thing. But the thing we always point out to people who didn't know, who are just aware of his sitcom work, his stage stuff, and if the movie The Aristocrats,
oh my God,
he tells decidedly the most vile version of the joke by far.
Easily.
Oh, that's wild. So he would come in and kill.
Hey, quick question for you. When you came in, and when I was talking to you in our Acme Lounge, you were wearing Ray-Ban sunglasses, and now you're wearing Ray-Ban glasses.
Yeah.
Are they two different things, or do the shades go?
No, they're two separate glasses.
Two separate glasses. Okay, I wasn't sure if they had like the things that go over. You know what I mean? Like magnetic.
He swapped them out.
Okay,
because you know, radio's all about eye contact. Communication's all about eye contact.
Well, I was worried about it because when I was talking to you, I was like, oh no, is he gonna have his sunglasses on the whole time?
No, man, I'm a radio guy. I miss doing morning radio. I was on the Tom Joyner show for 2 years.
Tom Joyner.
His last 2 years that he was before he retired. Yeah, and that was. Yeah, I was on there for 2 days a week from LA. So that means I had to get up at 1 o'clock, be in the studio at 2, and be on.
Oh, you have your battle scars then?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I wanted to also ask you about the movie Life, which I just watched again recently, and
seen it more times than me. Man. I've seen it twice.
What a cast! You know, Bernie Mac and Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence.
Yeah,
and you
Anthony
remember?
Anderson.
I forgot that movie. You know, you have these comedy heavyweights. It's a life prison term,
right?
But it's got some heaviness to it.
You know, what's funny about that movie is it was even heavier than what was shown.
Yeah.
Cicely Tyson, the great rest in peace Cicely Tyson, was in that movie. She played Eddie Murphy's mom. And there's some scenes where her and Eddie Murphy go off and they talk. Some of the best dramatic work Eddie had ever done. This before he did Dreamgirls.
Right.
Right? And I was like, wow, because we looked at the dailies, which are, when I say dailies, it's once they shoot a movie, after a couple of days later, you can see the scenes that you already shot. And we had a chance to look at the dailies from those scenes, and Eddie was just deep. But they thought, the director wanted those scenes in, but the producers thought it slowed the movie down, which I thought the movie needed at some point. But yeah, a great cast, great cast.
It just for people, I remember the first time I saw it, and I forgot seeing it again this time, that, oh yeah, this has got a little bit more weight to it and heaviness.
Yeah.
But it's still amazing. I have to ask you, with all of that incredible comedic talent, who ran the room when it came down to it?
Well, first of all, there's a pattern here. I'm in a lot of prison movies. That's the Hollywood letting you know you're not that attractive. You're attractively challenged. Every role I get, I'm either in jail, homeless, or crackhead. So let you know, you won't be a lead man in anything,
That's
sir.
right.
Bernie Mac was the one who kept us in stitches.
Really?
Like on camera and off camera. Like he would tell these stories. And like usually big name actors like Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence, when they're done with a scene, they'll go back to their trailers and hang out until they set up the next shot.
Right.
No, Bernie would be sitting there telling these stories, holding court, and Eddie and Martin would just sit there and listen, and we'd be dying the whole time, man. Because Bernie was just that type of storyteller.
There's always that person that runs a room. I know on the East Coast, like up in the Northeast, up towards Boston, it was always, you hear Patrice O'Neill. That ran the room. And just always had people in stations. So that was Bernie.
Yeah, it's
out
Bernie.
west, huh?
Bernie.
Wow.
You have a delineation, I think, probably holds true to Bernie Mac, the difference between a comic and a comedian.
Yeah.
Someone who at his core is funny, and that would be Bernie Mac.
I learned that on the Kings of Comedy tour. I was the first host of the Kings of Comedy tour. And before DL joined it, I actually left the tour. I was only 5 years in the game, and they were already at 15. And I learned the difference between a comic and a comedian. A comic says funny things. A comedian makes things funny.
Yeah.
Like a comic can go on stage and have you laughing from start to finish, standing ovation. But when you leave that show, do you know who they were?
Right.
Do you have a sense of were they vulnerable? Were they transparent? Whereas a comedian is transparent. Open up. We're going to tell we don't care. We're going to tell our stories. You're going to see our pain. So we'll take things that are dark and make them funny. And you get so when you leave a comedy club, you're left with a piece of us with you. And when you leave with a piece of a person, you grow with them. And that's how you build your audience and your following, and you become endearing to them.
If you're just tuning in, it's Guy Torry we're talking to, who's going to be at Healing Comedy Club tonight, tomorrow, and there's a Sunday show as well. Where do you fall in opening up your life as part of your act?
It was a journey, and right now I'm really at this being 57. Right now, I'm really like, I've lost my mom, I lost my dad, I almost lost my life in August. So what the hell? What else you got to lose?
What happened in August, if I may ask?
I had a blood clot in my lungs about the size of a crab cake.
Oh, man.
That's not funny.
I made it funny, though.
He made it funny.
I made it
because he's a comedian.
I didn't make my mom passing funny. I mean, because that happened 2 weeks after my mom had passed. So I was like, oh, man. I was in charge of putting the memorial video together. I'm like, look, Lord, at least let me live long enough to put the video together.
So, did you have an episode? Did you feel it?
Yeah, I landed in Jacksonville, Florida, to do some shows, and I felt great. And then I had to, at that time I was 56, had to go to the bathroom. That bladder had to splatter. So, I went back in to use the restroom after I dropped my bags off curbside. And I did a Tim Tebow. I took a knee. I'm like, what the heck is going on? 'Cause I get my 20,000 steps in a day.
Yeah.
So I get up and I take a couple more steps. Now I do a Kaepernick. I'm on the other knee. Damn. And then I get up and I take some more steps. Now I'm on both knees, elbows, butt in the air. I'm doggy style position now. I'm like, I'm glad I'm not in Atlanta's or San Francisco airport. So a black lady saw me and was like, baby, you okay? I said, nah, something ain't right. And then they brought the paramedics in and took me to the hospital, and they did emergency surgery.
It's crazy because you're in shape, you're a healthy weight, and you just don't think that these things are going inside your body.
Let me do a PSA for everybody who travels a lot.
Yeah.
You business travelers and you people who travel a lot. If you're not exercising and eating right, get up and walk around every 90 minutes on a flight.
Yeah.
Get up and walk around every 90 minutes on a flight. Wear compression socks.
Okay.
I do. I
wear compression socks. I remember growing up, we used to see the old men on the corner with the shorts on, the compression socks and dress shoes. We used to tease them. I mean, them brothers just trying to stay alive.
Yeah.
Man.
So for flying as often as you did contributed to that?
I fly 300,000 miles a year.
Wow.
And I sleep on the flights.
Okay.
Right? And I didn't know about compression socks. I didn't know about getting up, walking around every 90 minutes on an airplane. And I wasn't working out. And I had stopped drinking at that point, too, for a moment. I take these 30-day, 60-day things. And it's funny because I tried to quit drinking to save my life, but I almost died not drinking. Because alcohol thins your blood.
It does.
Yeah.
It does funny
and I
things to your
wasn't drinking,
circulatory.
so my blood wasn't being thinned. I wasn't wearing compression socks. I wasn't getting up walking around every 90 minutes. I wasn't eating healthy. And so blood clot. Both times I quit drinking, I got blood clots after that. I'm not saying to go out and get drunk and drink, but moderation.
Dude, that is so you dodged a bullet.
Man,
you dodged
what?
a big bullet.
Man, that blood clot, they called it a saddlebag, which was like it was on both sides of my lungs. It was that big.
So did medication clear that up? Or?
Yeah,
okay.
they had me. The first time I had one 10 years ago on my leg, they put me on Coumadin. Which is rat poison.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah, they made rat poison out of Coumadin. So for 2 years I was craving cheese, and snitching. I was ratting people out. I was
chewing stuff up.
I was nibbling on food, just biting through boxes.
Yeah,
but that dissolved, and then I was supposed to wear compression socks after that, which I did, but then I stopped. I was supposed to take a children's vitamin after that. I did, then I stopped. And then my habits, and then I was a big cigar smoker. And cigar smoke, I'm not saying don't smoke.
Yeah, you should smoke cigarettes instead.
Well, tobacco makes your blood sticky and it shrinks your veins.
Yeah.
So with all that combination of all that going on,
it's a domino effect.
Yeah. So now hopefully I've saved some lives right now. By 10, because blood clots are no joke.
Well, not to reinforce a stereotype here, but at 57, you're looking damn good, man.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, black don't crack.
Nope.
But we squeak. These knees and these elbows in the morning, like we don't crack, but we squeak.
Well, your stuff remains sharp. You obviously. Opening yourself up to an audience has got to be a tough thing. Do you remember when? Because you're a really good writer. Do you remember the first time you felt okay? Wow, I think I can make people laugh. Where you got a legitimate laugh and you were sort of caught off guard and said, okay, I could be good at this.
Well, very first time somebody asked me that question years ago about when's the first time you remember making somebody laugh, and I was like, wow, that's a really good question, and it took me back to when I was age 6. My mom had a great aunt because my mom and dad were only children who was like our nanny. And we couldn't afford a real nanny, so we had an aunt who was homeless, and we just made her our nanny. so we were eating. She cooked breakfast one morning. We were living in New York City at the time, and she made grits, she made eggs, and she made bacon. I ate all my bacon, ate all my eggs, didn't touch my grits. And she's like, boy, you done ate all your food, you didn't touch your grits. And I took my finger and started poking in the grits. I'm touching it now. And she reared back to backhand me across the room. And she stopped and started bursting out laughing.
No kidding.
Then my siblings laughed.
All right.
And I think that's the first time I realized the power of laughter.
Yeah, you tasted it.
Yeah, and then after that, the first time I think I can say when I did Def Comedy Jam, I was walking back to the hotel. We shot in New York at the time, and I was stopped at a pizza spot, and this black guy was in there with the Yankee hat and the goose down jacket and Tim's on and the jeans, and he was like, yo, you mad funny, yo. You got love in Brooklyn. And I don't know why that statement stuck out so fondly, because I was only doing comedy maybe 3 years at the time, maybe 2 years. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And that's when I said, I can do this.
That meant everything to you.
That meant everything to me.
And it's one of those obscure, years ago when I was doing stand-up or just, I've been able to make a living off of comedy at all different levels. The comedian Rob Bartlett on Long Island, he was also Imus's sidekick for quite a long while.
Don Imus, the great.
Yeah, right. And so I got off stage at Governor's Comedy Club in New York.
Once upon a time, great.
Right, yeah. And so I got off, and he just happened to be there in the audience, and I recognized him immediately. And he said, "You're good at this. Keep at it." But it should have been a moment that just was nothing. But I remember it being like,
Yeah, when you like, I just did a post. We lost TK Carter.
Yes.
This week.
We just
Punky Brewster.
He was in everything.
The Thing.
He made everything. The Thing. We just lost him this week, and I did a post because I remember moving to LA in '92 and doing open mics at the Comedy Store. And open mics were Monday nights, potluck. You get there, you pull a number, that's the number you go up in.
Yeah.
And you got to sign up at 3, but the show doesn't start till like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right? So the comics and I used to go next door to a hotel. They had free popcorn and hot dogs. Had to buy a drink. So we wait there for that. We were broke. So we just ate the free watch Monday Night Football because in LA it comes on, at 4.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'd watch that and then go, and then you'd be waiting on your spot, and then Damon Wayans would walk in and bump you.
Yeah.
And do a solid third. And you got your jokes you wrote look like Beyonce, look like Jill Scott. And then when they get off stage, it's like, oh man, this is not cute. This is a wooga mooga. And then TK Kirkland would go in and just his energy and his charisma and his style. Then he found out me and my brother was, brothers, Joe Torry, who he had known. And he was like, oh man, he'd always check on me all the time, man, and tell me I was funny. And then he saw me acting, like, man, you're a great actor too. So those little things, you keep with you when you get a legend as somebody who does it, and you live that gets you through
Get you
the
going.
hard time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get you through them. That way you don't have to go to a Diddy party.
Dodge that bullet.
That keeps you out the Diddy parties.
Did you ever get invited to one?
No, and I was upset because in the '90s we didn't know.
You didn't know.
We didn't know.
It
we heard
was
all the
place to
producers
be.
and beautiful women there.
Absolutely.
And I used to pray like, Lord, I just want to get invited. Go to 2024. Thank God for the prayers He didn't answer.
Yep.
Sometimes we be mad at God for stuff He didn't answer. He just protected us.
No, he knew better. Yeah. All right. Well, listen, Guy's got shows for you to check out at Helium Comedy Club. Like I said, you can get tickets at heliumcomedy.com. 7 to 9:15 tonight, 7 and 9:30 tomorrow, and then at 7 p.m. on Sunday. It is good to see you again, sir.
Yes, and
Thanks
I have
for
a
stopping
legend
by.
with me who's on the show, Louis Dix, who's from Philly, man. He's
cool.
a legendary comedian, man, and he friends with the great Dr. Bill Cosby, whatever you feel about him, I think he wasn't an enabler, but he's going to be on the show too. So one of Philly's own is going to be on the show tonight too.
I mean, you listen, you're inducement enough, but that's great as well. And again, it's going to be cold. Go inside at Helium.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right. Good to see you, Guy. Thanks
Good
for being
to see
here.
you. Thank
Guy
you.
Torry, everybody.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break. We're going to be back in just a moment. Stay with us.
The garbage disposal, though, that I will use. Like, I'm not worried about that one.
Okay.
I know. So my on my wife's side of the family, one of the people, one of the not in-laws, forget who it is. Anyway, yeah, I'm trying to figure out how you classify this person, but dishwasher doesn't use it. Dishwasher sitting right there in the kitchen does not use it
because of fear of it breaking.
That, a perception of overuse of water, a perception of other things, and fear of breaking. All of that sort of no, I don't want to screw with that.
I had a friend who I worked with, dishwasher, but for a different reason, not for fear of breaking. She would not use a dishwasher because she hated unloading the dishwasher.
Oh, yeah, I hate that.
So therefore would hand wash everything, which you still have to put all that stuff away when you're done hand washing it. But there was something about putting it in, running it, and then opening it up and taking it back out that she did not want to.
She didn't like picking up the work on the other side.
Right.
So in other words, when you're washing it right then and there, you're putting it away. So it seems like it's all in one.
Yeah, like smaller amounts.
Right, yeah. But it's the same
still
thing.
doing the same thing.
Yeah.
In the almost 20 years that I've been a dishwasher owner, I don't think I've actually turned a dishwasher on maybe more than 5 or 6 times.
Oh my God! I'll run it like twice a day.
It's
without
weird.
even dishes in it.
No, it's weird though because I just don't feel like the dishwasher gets the dishes clean enough, and it doesn't. And I think it's just because the way my kids load it, it just gets overloaded, or they won't rinse things out. They'll like listen. The commercials lie. You can't put a full-on spaghetti dinner into the dishwasher, and the dishwasher's going to clean it up. It just doesn't work that way. So, as far as I'm concerned, the dishwashers, I can do a better job and in less time.
So here's the deal. If you're basically halfway there, cleaning off the dishes,
may as well go ahead and finish it.
Just finish it.
Yeah.
Right?
By the way, here's a text that says, my friend's mom got a brand new $10,000 lawnmower.
No.
What? It better be a riding lawnmower.
I'll buy it from you.
For Christmas and refuses to use it. Uses the old one still because the new one looks too pretty and doesn't want to mess it up.
Listen, I get that.
I'll do that. I'll use the older item until so here's one, a hair dryer, right? I bought a new hair dryer and they're fairly expensive, but I still have I still have a little bit of use out of my old hair dryer. So I'm trying to get until that completely dies, and then I'll start with the new
Get rid of it.
Yeah. But I understand that reasoning, because when you see a nice brand new work truck.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? From guys that actually use it. It's not like a glamour truck like some of these guys.
This is my glamour truck.
Well,
yeah, I know
listen,
what you're saying,
you have these trucks that just look nice and they never put anything in the bed or whatever. But then you have these other guys that actually, really work for a living and they put everything.
It's so funny. It's because I have at home case, I have this Amazon. It's a collection of tools and everything's in this place and it's all very clean. And all the contractors that I know, all their equipment is all effed up and banged up because they're using it.
Well, yeah, my friend Bill, he just got this beautiful brand new truck. He showed it to me last year. He's like, oh, look at this. You open the door, the little, the stool comes out, the little things you step on.
Step stool, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, this is gorgeous. But how long until it's just all dented and scratched?
Yeah. Here's a text that says, my father refused to use the AC in the car when I was a kid and still to this day because he doesn't want to fix it if something goes wrong with it.
Yeah.
No matter how hot and humid it is outside. But
wow.
But you're not using it. It may as well not work now if you're never going.
I'm at work. Stop calling me.
Sorry to bother you, Joanna. What's up?
So my mother, they've been going on 15 years maybe, refuses to use our fireplace in the house. Refuses.
Is it a gas-operated fireplace?
It is not. It's regular, but she's afraid that it's not going to work. That
it's
somehow,
not going to fireworks.
They've had it cleaned when they bought the house. They've had it cleaned since. There's nothing wrong. It's a regular fireplace. Refuses. She's afraid that a catastrophe is going to happen.
Wow.
It's going to break.
Joanna.
A fireplace. How do you break a fireplace?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. But let me ask you: Does she? If you get her, away from the fireplace and she can talk freely, will she admit to liking a fireplace?
Oh yeah, she loves it.
It doesn't make any sense.
We never used a fireplace in our old home.
Yeah. Thanks, Joanna.
It's peaceful. Yep. Have a good one.
You too.
Well, we lived there for 10 years and it was the first fireplace that I ever owned in my entire life.
Did you not use it because you thought it was going to break?
I didn't use it because my wife said we can't use it.
Did you ever ask her why?
What's that in your mouth? Spit it out.
Spit it out. Spit it out.
Fine.
What did I tell you about baby birds?
Stop it.
I think she was worried about burning the house down. And
A lot of people are.
Yeah.
A lot of people are of fireplaces and just in general.
It's what it's made for.
Yeah.
It's made to put a fire
House
in
can
there.
set on fire for a multitude of other reasons.
But we own fireplaces now that we've put fires in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So they're just outside.
Let me. I know.
You brought those fires home and then you put them in the fire. Yeah.
Hi, Terry. You're on the air. Good
Fire to
morning.
go, please.
Hey,
Hey, what's up, Terry?
well, so my husband inherited a really nice and big snowblower from his dad about 7 years ago and refuses to use it. He always has an excuse. There's not enough snow, or the snow might be too heavy, or I can't get it out of the garage. And I just don't understand why he won't use the damn snowblower.
And he'll just go out and shovel it instead.
Yeah. He'll just go out and shovel it, and I don't understand.
Terry, give him the data on how many people have heart attacks shoveling, and try to convince him that way. Because right,
I'm trying.
Yeah, but I know people who will do that with the snow blowers as well. Not enough snow to snow blow.
Yeah. But it's what it's made for. All right. Thank you, Terry. Here's one that says, my grandmother would turn off her blinker stuck at traffic lights to save the bulb.
The blinker bulb.
You're supposed to leave that light on.
Oh my God, that's great.
And same with windshield wipers.
I love it.
Said it was more of a cheap thing.
Oh, my God.
So you didn't want the wipers to wear out.
Yeah.
That's funny. God. Here's one of the things I noticed way too late in life was that if you have with products, let's say like a vacuum cleaner or something along those lines, and after you go through a couple of them and they fall apart, if you realize that you do the recommended regular maintenance, cleaning things, taking it apart, some of those things will last freaking ever, man. You just have to do these cleaning steps every now and then, and it'll last.
That's another thing you bring up, the vacuum cleaner that I do with its charging, the handheld vacs, computers, phones, all of that. Like, I don't like to leave it plugged in and charging constantly.
You can actually, in some cases, you can damage the battery.
Well, I don't know if that's still true or not.
But for the most part, no, you should be fine.
So I use the vacuum until it dies, and then I plug it in, and then when I check it throughout the day. If the charge is done, I unplug it.
I wonder how the battery is.
Yeah, seriously, because I don't want to ruin the battery.
Dennis, check the battery on the shark.
We have these. I'm sorry, Nick. No, we have these tools, power tools, that use batteries, and the batteries can be used for various tools. A drill for this one, it's stuff
lithium
like that.
batteries.
Yeah, so you move them from one product to another. So I mounted these chargers on the wall, stick them up there, leave them charged all the time. 'Cause you never know when you're going to need to do a project, and you have it ready to go. Well, I don't know who was doing it, but every now and then someone would unplug the charger, and I would go and need to use the battery.
It was me. I was coming over and unplugging your.
You turn it on and go, and I'm like,
what?
I mounted this thing to the wall and plugged it in.
So I have a whole bank of. I use the iWorks, the gardening equipment, from the leaf blower to the lawnmower. They're all electric. And I go in and I have them, Preston, just like you, the bank all along. They're ready to go. Boom, boom, boom. And I go and I go, what is that? And I'm because there's a button you can check to see how charged the batteries are. And they're all powered down. I'm like, what? They were all connected into a power strip. Somebody
turned it off.
Power strip on.
Real quick, Steve, do you keep those in the garage or in the house?
In the garage. Now, I've heard that when it gets brutally cold.
Somebody told me this too. I brought all that stuff inside for that very reason.
And
hot or cold.
You're told to blow up if
I know. I keep.
What
all
do
those,
you do?
Yeah, I keep them in the kitchen for whatever. Like there's one cabinet in the kitchen that's not used. So if my mom's come over, she's like, "Where do you keep the glasses?" Like that's actually where the batteries are.
The glasses are in the garage.
Yeah. But Preston, real quick, I know you're not a big kitchen gadget guy, but when I get a new knife, I hold on. I don't use it right away, and I think it's because I want to keep it pristine.
You want to keep it super sharp.
Yeah, and really clean and just perfect. Do you ever do that with new kitchen items? Do
No.
you dive in right away.
Made to be used.
Okay.
Yes,
Well, wait a second.
In my mind.
This also goes to another conversation, which is how quickly do you? I do like things to look nice and pristine. So there are things like ice. After a while, we were talking yesterday about hiking shoes and stuff like that. I'm like, if they get too scuffed up, that'll be an extravagance.
There's a crossing point.
Sorry, it's just not up to my standard. It doesn't look right.
Nick, I have 19 pairs of scissors because I use the old scissors to cut things like opening boxes or something that's thicker, and then the newer, sharper scissors are for the things that need like a nice, clean
finer cut.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like
And you need 19 of them?
Oh, you can find scissors all over my house in every room.
Hey, this is the crafts queen, right?
Steve, I have 3 pairs of these sneakers that I'm wearing right now, and they have I have used them in stages. In fact, I drew like a letter on the tongue of the shoe, so I didn't use them for what they weren't intended for. So the oldest version of those...
I do the sneaker phase. I'm with you.
Okay,
I'm
so
following you.
the oldest version were my cycling shoes, and then the newest version I only wore them to jog, and then...
Are they identical?
Identical.
And that's why you have to mark them.
I had to mark them. So I had jogging, cycling, and then everyday shoes.
We're going to take a delve into the world of the bizarre right now.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by Horizon Services. They offer same-day emergency fees with no emergency fees, and you can book... No, I'm sorry. Same-day emergency service with no emergency fees. And you can book now at horizonservices.com and help us on the way. I'm going to lead with a difficult story, but it's unique in what is happening in the court case surrounding it. And it's very sad because a child was killed. But it was a 2021 road rage death of a 6-year-old named Aiden Leos. It's been moved back into the courtroom, and this time through a civil lawsuit filed by the boy's father against the mother. Joey Leos, Aiden's father, filed the civil lawsuit naming Joanna Clunan as a defendant alongside the alleged shooter, Marcus Anthony Arids, and his girlfriend, Wynn Lee. So the lawsuit claims Clunan, the mother of the child, and this guy's, I guess, ex-wife, I don't know if they're married still, but the lawsuit claims that she was driving aggressive and that her decision to engage with the other vehicle provoked the shooting. I've never heard of something like this before. So obviously the person who shot is guilty, but this guy is saying the mother kind of starting things should be held liable as well. Joey Leos' legal team argues that while Aris pulled the trigger, Clunan shared liability for the environment that led to the violence. Clunan's mother is also named in the suit.
So this is a civil lawsuit.
It is.
Yeah.
Lee, who was the driver of the car carrying Aris, recently pleaded guilty to being an accessory after the fact and has been released after serving her sentence. The specific legal grounds for the inclusion of Clunan's mother in the lawsuit have not been disclosed. Aiden Leos was killed while sitting in his booster seat as his mother, Clunan, drove him to kindergarten. During the criminal trial of Aritz, the shooter, evidence was presented that road rage confrontation occurred after Aritz's vehicle cut off Clunan on the 55 freeway. Clunan admitted to flipping off the car, after which Aritz fired a single shot into the back of her vehicle, striking the kid and everything. So I'd never heard of anything like this before. I don't know if it holds water or not.
I see it as a really thin margin.
It's a stretch.
Well, because there's a reasonable expectation that you can flip someone off without them shooting you.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
And so what her actions maybe, while imprudent, weren't. Yeah,
they didn't warrant somebody
that reaction.
doing that. Yeah, exactly. So the case goes to trial this spring. Arids remains in prison. Lee remains under court supervision following her release. All right, a decidedly lighter story. Wood Buffalo National Park in Canada, which includes northern Alberta and parts of the Northwest Territory, is home to the largest beaver dam ever documented. The structure is located deep within the park. It's far from roads, towns, and established paths. And
beaver.
And makes it inaccessible by foot. And it also is so large, it can be seen in satellite photographs from orbit.
Wow.
The dam is approximately 775 yards long, and its front edge and spans an area of around 70,000 square meters, keeping back a substantial volume of water. It was initially discovered in 2007 using satellite imaging rather than terrestrial exploration. Further investigation revealed the dam did not exist before 1980, implying that it was developed over several decades by multiple generations of beavers operating in the same spot.
Give me that clip again, Case.
Okay, yep.
Nice beaver.
Damn!
Wood Buffalo National Park lies across northern Alberta, parts of Northwest Territories. It's the largest national park in Canada and one of the largest protected areas in the world. The Beaver Dam sits deep within it, and reaching the site on foot would actually take you days to get there. The landscape is difficult and slow. And most people who have seen the dam up close did not walk there. They had to arrive by private sightseeing flights. Looking down rather than approaching on the ground at all. Like, you can't get to it at all.
So have you ever seen them when they come across one that's been abandoned and they go into it, the engineering work that goes into building one of these things?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, looking at a picture of it that Marissa's got up right here, it almost looks man-made, to be honest. The pond created behind the dam is thought to be about a meter deep, and that would place the volume of water at roughly 70,000 cubic meters. And another way to see it through scale, a standard dump truck carries 10 cubic yards. By that measure, the dam holds back the equivalent of more than 90,000 dump trucks of water. Seen as ice, it would be around 1,600 hockey rinks.
Okay. Why do they do this?
Beavers?
Yeah.
To piss us. No, they first off, it's obviously their domicile, but I think the access to the water and the fishing?
I don't know. I know that their domiciles, you said, is called a lodge. I don't know if the lodge is in the dam or if it's part of the dam or what it is, but whatever it is, their instincts lead them to do it.
You raise a good question. I don't think I'm quite sure as to the purpose of it.
All right, well, the internet is telling us that it protects them from predators.
Yeah.
It gives them secure housing.
Their lodges, yep.
Yep. They can
waterfront property.
True.
Yeah.
They storage, easier travel, and it's their instinct to do it.
Okay. Yeah, that was kind of my question. Is like, why? What instinct? Like,
what purpose?
Yeah. Like, all right. And then my next question.
Location.
It says the sound of running water triggers the instinct to build something hardwired.
Gotcha. And then where in Pennsylvania can you find beavers? Because this is like the beaver state, right?
Yeah,
like
at
around
Delilah's.
Little brisket.
Nice beaver. Lots of
They're
them.
shaved, but...
All right. Self-driving delivery vans are popping up all over Chinese cities, but no one could say that it's going smoothly. Videos of these wild rides have gone viral on social media, with a clip showing these small autonomous vehicles bouncing down rough roads, getting stuck in wet cement, and even rolling over vegetables that women have left out to dry. One popular video shows the Neolix X3 van shaking wildly as it drives over gravel paths full of potholes. So I don't think it has the software letting them know that it's going over bad terrain and somebody's inside.
No, and this is something that you talked about the other day about one actually getting on a tram pathway. So they got to work on that.
Another shows a robovan confused by corn cobs scattered on the road. China has rolled out thousands of these driverless delivery vans in recent years. Neolix alone said that it has more than 10,000 robovans in 300 cities. Wow. While the videos are funny to watch, they also show that technology still has some problems to work out on the real road. Yeah, we're looking at this one. I mean, it is bouncing all over the place. All right, and then we will do one last story and wrap it up. In Florida, police in Altamont Springs said that they pulled over a driver with an illegal plate obscurant device. Officials stated that they discovered the device during a traffic stop on Ronald Reagan Boulevard last week. During the stop, officers discovered the vehicle was equipped with a remote-controlled license plate obscuring device, which is illegal.
Just like James Bond.
Yeah, exactly. So they throw the switch.
That's right.
And it covers it up. Yeah.
They got machine guns in the front, baby. And an ejector seat in case Nancy gets a little yappy.
Florida law prohibits the use of any device that obscures license plates. And as a result of the traffic stop, the driver was issued a criminal citation and given a court date to address the violation.
Check this out, a jelly bean dispenser in the glove compartment.
And that is what I have in the bizarre file for you today. All right, gang, we'll take a break. And when we get back, it'll be lesson question time. So we'll see if you've been paying attention. We'll get to trash and music news, too, so hang around.
So the pair of shoe that's the furthest left, it's like in people jumping out of an airplane, skydiving. They're at the door. And so those are the ones that are the prime ones for using. And then it goes, and then they start to circle around into the Goodwill pile.
Yeah, and now I have my lawn mowing shoes, and I'm actually really proud of myself, Kathy, because you have a lawn mowing shoe guy?
No, I just want to go to a call when you eventually stop talking. So,
hang on a second, Preston. I got something for you here.
Hold on.
I need you to stop talking and listen to me.
Go ahead.
No, I'm proud of myself because my lawn mowing shoes I've been using for like 3 whole years now.
I'm going to go back to people not using things because they're afraid they will break.
Yeah.
And I will go to Barbara, who's been on hold for a while. Hey, Barbara, good morning.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Good. What's up, Barbara?
My brothers and I just sold a house that we inherited from my father. They bought it in 1986, and they never used the dishwasher.
There you go.
We had the realtor come in, and I was telling her, I said, I think the dishwasher's broken. My brother's like, no, it works. They just never used it.
And is it from 1986? Is it that old?
Oh, yes.
The
Yes,
washer?
it was the original dishwasher that was put in the house.
I bet you that. So it would probably still run. It's not going to, I mean, it's a functional dishwasher. But did they ever explain why they chose not to use it? Was it for this reason, for fear of breaking it?
Yes, they didn't want to, nothing technical. Like that was high tech back then in 1986 to them.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's
hilarious.
Apparently it's a thing. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Barbara. Appreciate it.
All right.
I'm going to go back to an older situation as well. This is Joe who's on the air. Hey, Joe, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good. What's up, Joe?
You guys remember back in like the 70s when you get in a car, the seatbelts were kind of tucked up and folded above the window?
Yes.
And little brackets?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, I'd get in the car, and my dad, he was kind of a perfectionist, and he wouldn't let me take the seatbelt out of the little thing above the window because he thought it'll never go back neatly. So he never let us use the seatbelt.
He would rather have you not use the seatbelt to maintain the aesthetic.
Oh, yeah. I used to try to get it out. And he'd be like, don't touch that. You'll never get that. Get away from that. Stop playing with that. And I'm like, Dad, it's a seatbelt. He's like, you feel that dashboard? Push on it.
Now,
and,
would he make you ride on the hood of the car so that you wouldn't screw up the seats?
Oh.
That's
funny.
crazy. Yeah.
All right,
So
thanks.
to this day,
Yeah.
it's
All right.
still a joke.
Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it. All right. How about this? Let's go to Stuart. Hey, Stuart, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
What's up, Stuart?
I got one for you.
All right.
My mother-in-law, God rest her soul, she had an in-ground swimming pool in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
She never went in it. She paid for the pool guy to open it and maintain it. And I asked her, how come you never use it? She just told me that she liked looking at it and she wanted waterfront property.
Oh, my gosh.
But she never used the pool.
True story.
Never used the pool.
Wow.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
if she's paying for the maintenance, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. All right. A little bit different than what we're talking about, but that's interesting. Yeah.
Well, and this is slightly different as well, but can you go to Steve on line 2, Preston?
Line 2.
Yeah.
All right. Hi, Steve. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Press.
Hey, what's up, bud?
My best friend to this day, his father back in the 70s, 80s, and part of the 90s, whenever he would get a new car, would pop the hubcaps off and put them in the trunk because he was afraid they were going to get stolen.
May as well give them to somebody.
Right.
Take
the hubcaps off.
Oh, that's funny.
So he would immediately take a beautiful brand new car and make it look like a piece of crap.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, my God. For fear of them being stolen.
Hey, these doors, someone might take them.
Let's go to Jennifer. Hi there, Jennifer. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
What's up, Jennifer?
Okay, so I'm a lifelong camper, and with the internet, there are things like social media groups, etc. So I started following a bunch of camping groups on Facebook, and I discovered that there's a whole crew of campers that do not poop in their camper.
They don't poop in their camper.
They don't poop in the camper. Isn't that what it's for?
Yeah, exactly. It's made for that specifically. What is? Did they give their reasons why they don't want to do it?
I don't know. I think they're afraid of the black tank. I don't know if they don't want to dump their poop or what, but there's literally a hashtag no poop in the camper.
Yeah, I kind of get that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, you guys know, like, when you're at Camp Out for Hunger and you have the RV, and, like, it's not that you... If you have to, it's fine. That's what it's there for. But if, like, there's the alternative to go elsewhere, like, for example, Ulta, when we used to do Plymouth meeting, like, you would prefer Ulta to the RV pooper. And so I understand that mentality. It's there for a reason. If you got to go, you got to go. But, like, if you can find an alternative, find the alternative.
I might see that. I don't see refusing to do it, though.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Listen, push comes to shove, no pun intended. We'll use that camper pooper. Yeah.
Here's some text. Says, my dad refused to buy trash bags because you were buying them to throw them away.
So what did you do with trash?
He would make special trips to the grocery store for small bags and Walmart for even larger bags for the larger trash cans. Even if he couldn't buy something to fill the bag, he would ask the cashier for a wad of those big bags.
Oh, my God.
So, in essence, a lot of what you buy from the grocery, you're buying it knowing you're going to throw it away.
That's funny. He wouldn't buy them because you're purchasing something that you're just going to throw away.
Just going to throw it away.
That's funny. But it has a purpose.
Yeah.
You know?
Why get a toilet? You're just going to flush that stuff.
All right, here we go. What is this, Nick?
I'm confused by the details at the end.
All right, shall I read the last part first?
Just what the grandparents do. My grandparents lived.
It says, my grandparents lived until they were in their late 90s, and they used their dishwasher all the time. They even had a little magnet that would say clean or unclean with a little piggy on it that they would rotate to say what condition the dishes were. We had that when I was a
kid.
You
did?
Yeah, clean or dirty.
And it was a little piggy?
Not a piggy,
Oh,
but
all right.
we had this thing, and it had it was a magnet. It had it said dishes are, and then it had a little chain to another piece underneath it that you could flip over that would say clean or dirty.
That's cool.
I like that.
And that way you wouldn't have to guess when you're standing at the
I
sink.
could have used that yesterday because I loaded dirty dishes into a clean dishwasher.
Yeah, it sucks. Hey, how often do you change your bath towel? Like, do you use the same bath towel over and over again?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Like a week.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, dear God.
Something
January
like that.
1st is what
Yeah,
I do.
I do the same thing only because it's clean. I'm drying myself with clean water on a clean body, and so I don't feel like it's as dirty, and I don't feel like loading the hamper with laundry that is
I'm that
unnecessary.
way.
Okay.
You're not a barbarian.
No,
You're not
I am
alone.
not.
You're not alone. Kathy thinks it's disgusting,
Yeah.
but
Not just sometimes you have to be careful of the smell and mildew growing.
oh sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I hang it up to dry,
Yeah.
to air dry, so
like line dry.
Over the
after that.
TV.
Yeah.
Are you once a week?
Right. Mantra from the great Mr. Petty. You won't back down, will you? Nah. 10:15. It's Friday morning. Happy No Sad Bro to you. We'll give away our Word of the Week prize in just a little while, so hang in there for that. Matt Cord will be along in a little while, and your chance to grab a night out and then enjoy something in the city. So we'll get to the details in a little bit. In the meantime, we have something else to give away. We are going to give away tickets to the Keswick Theater to see Mr. David Lee Roth. If you can answer this question correctly. What is Casey's son's brother in relation to Casey? What would that, and you can just do the math and figure that out. What is Casey's son's brother in relation to Casey? 610-660-9333. That wasn't that long ago. It was around 9 o'clock that happened. So let's see if you were listening and you know the answer to that. What is Casey's son's brother in relation to Casey? We are going to get into the trash while you call in.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
Brought to you by Neumann University. Ready to take the next step, advance your career with Neumann University's graduate programs, flexible, supportive, and career-focused. You can learn more at newman.edu/graduate. What's going on this morning, Steve?
Well, Preston, former Disney Channel actor Matt Prokop. His mugshot has been released after he was arrested for possessing child pornography. The oblivious Prokop told the arresting officers that he disliked the picture because it made him look like a pedophile.
Oh, my God.
Jessica Simpson shutting down rumors that she's starring on the next season of The Bachelorette. Simpson says she doesn't need it because she still has some sauce on the taco, as well as old smelly fish. Wow. And finally, Kathleen Kennedy stepping down from her role as president of Lucasfilm after 14 years of leading the Star Wars universe. Kennedy says her desire was to make Star Wars appeal to everyone, but says she's just as happy having it made it appeal to no one. That's your Hollywood Trash.
All righty, the question again that I pose is, what is Casey's son's brother in relation to Casey? 610-660-9333. And we're going to go to our first caller, and that's Brian. Hey, Brian, good morning.
Good morning, Nick.
Good morning to see you, Brian. Okay, so Casey's son's brother is what in relation to Casey?
His son.
His son, yes. Nice job, Brian. Hang on. And you got tickets to see David Lee Roth on Tuesday, May 19th, Keswick Theater. Get tickets today via keswicktheater.com.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
So So, Foo Fighters kicked off their Los Angeles show on Wednesday with a video message from guitarist Pat Smear. He has been out with an injury. Smear appeared on screen from his couch with his foot in a cast, wishing Dave Grohl a happy 57th birthday and introducing the band. And the group then opened with My Hero in his honor.
Ah, great.
Smear broke his foot in what the band is still calling a bizarre gardening accident at the start of the year. And guitarist Jason Faulkner is filling in while Smear heals. Muse has canceled a string of upcoming concerts, citing unforeseen circumstances. No idea what that means.
Does it involve the world of gardening?
It does not indicate that, but it very well could, as it's all the rage with rock stars these days. The British rock band was set to play shows in Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi? Why not Dubai?
And South Africa and India in February. And in a statement, the band said the decision was difficult. They apologized to fans who had bought tickets. No reason was given for the cancellations. And as of now, the band's only scheduled 2026 concert is a July 2nd appearance at Summerfest, and that's in Milwaukee. Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson are teaming up again for a co-headlining tour this summer. The Freaks on Parade tour kicks off August 20th in West Palm Beach, Florida, and wraps up September 20th in Concord, California. Concord, California. The 21-date run will hit cities like Boston, Chicago, Detroit, Toronto. I didn't see a date in Philly. They'll be on Homedale, New Jersey. But they're going to be traveling with The Who, not...
The Throat Singers?
Yeah, the HU.
Okay.
And Orgy opening all dates.
Wait.
What?
Orgy. We've played Orgy, right?
I want to say we have. It sounds
we've had
familiar.
them.
Isn't that Blue Monday?
Yeah, that's what I
they
thought.
did a cover of that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So this marks the fourth time that Zombie and Manson have toured together following their Twins of Evil tours, and tickets go on sale January 23rd. John Mellencamp will perform at Primary Wave Music's 20th anniversary pre-Grammy party at the Waldorf Astoria Beverly Hills January 31st, ahead of the 68th Annual Grammy Awards. The event will also feature performances by Trombone Shorty, plus DJ sets from CeeLo Green and Grandmaster Flash.
Sax Squatch?
I don't know if Sax Squatch will be there or not, but Primary Wave CEO Larry Mestel said this milestone year is all about recognizing our family of legendary artists, and he says that Mellencamp's set will make it one of our most memorable yet.
I was watching a clip of him. Apparently, he was on Joe Rogan. He was talking about his daughter, who's very sick, and it was just heart wrenching to hear him.
Mellencamp's daughter.
Yeah.
Wow.
She has
Stage 4
Stage 4
cancer.
cancer, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and so he's just, he was relaying. I can imagine, a father going through that, and there's nothing he can do. He's trying his best.
It's terrible to hear. A new documentary about the origin of Jimmy Buffett's Coral Reefer Band is on the way. It's called Occupational Hazard, The First Coral Reefers, and it traces the original origins of the band that helped make Jimmy Buffett a legend during the 70s. And the early 80s. The doc will premiere at the Santa Barbara International Film Festival on February 9th with a second screening February 13th. It's narrated by Jeff Bridges. And the documentary features interviews and commentary from Kenny Chesney, Mac McAnally, and many original Coral Reefer Band members and touring crew as well.
I have to imagine Buffett is on Jeff Bridges' playlist a lot, right?
Yeah. I think so.
Chill guy.
And then finally, the highly acclaimed biopic Springsteen Deliver Me from Nowhere will soon be available to stream at home. And Hulu announced yesterday it will premiere on Hulu and Disney Plus next Friday, January 23rd. Of course, it stars Jeremy Allen White as Bruce Springsteen as the boss gets ready to record his Landmark, Nebraska album. The movie earned White a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actor in a Motion Picture Drama. So January 23rd is when you can expect to stream that.
How they view that movie. I mean, it didn't break. It didn't come in at number one. I think it was a little disappointing. Critically, it seemed to do okay.
Yeah, as far as bringing in the money. Yeah, I don't think they're probably delighted with it.
Right.
I'm not too happy either.
All right, and that's the music news for the last day of this particular week. We're going to take a break. When we get back, we are wrapping everything up. So stay with us because we will not be gone long.
like probably every other day.
Oh, man, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Let's
Sorry.
see. Let me go to.
I use the washer. I have no problem using that.
I have Frank on the line. Hey, Frank, good morning.
Gadzooks.
Gadzooks. Frank, what's up, man?
So my car came with 2 remote starts, and one of them broke. So I have a second one that works perfectly fine, but like I don't want to go through that loss again, so I just don't use it. And I'd rather just walk out to my car, start in the morning, and then go back in the house being like, gosh, I wish I still had 2 remote starts.
You don't want to risk it because you're down to just one. What if that breaks?
You had a backup.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, I don't know how to replace the remote start, so we're just not going to go through.
Like, what would someone do if they wanted to get a new one? You'd have to, I guess, go buy one.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
I'm not doing that.
That right? All right. Thank you for
Can't blame me for a sucker.
I appreciate that. Yeah, this all got started because of this email that we got who said that the guy's in-laws' garbage disposal, they refuse to use it because they don't want to break it, so they actually keep a trash bag in the sink next to it.
It's funny, yeah.
To just throw the scraps in. Which, by the way, I did. We had a clog, a drain issue, and we had I called Horizon out, and the tech came and fixed, and he was telling me some stuff about the garbage disposal that I didn't know. As far as using, he's like, yeah, I mean, it's there for the purpose of breaking that stuff up and it going down the tube, but not everything breaks up that well and can eventually cause a clog. And he was telling me some of the things I didn't realize. He said what you shouldn't put in the garbage disposal, eggshells. Yeah. He said they eventually, he described them as a net. There's a membrane on the inside of the shell, and it goes down in there, and it won't fully dissolve, and it will. I have thrown thousands of eggs down into the disposal over years, and he's like, "Yeah, that's one you need to avoid." I was like, I had no idea.
I think potatoes can turn into like a glue.
Okay,
so like there are a whole bunch of foods that you can't put down there because
what's the purpose? Then,
I know, but you got to be selective in what you can and can't put down there.
Nick pulled up this list real quick. I know we have to take a break, Case, but let's see. Oh. Clam and oyster shells, really?
Yeah, don't do that.
I didn't
rocks,
know that.
Don't put rocks in there.
What about wrenches?
No, grease, oil, a large amount of vegetable peels, large number of eggshells, it says here, artichokes in particular, and corn husks are things you should stay away from. Wow, okay. Anyway, listen, thank you guys for your calls. We appreciate it, and thank you to Brian from Lewis, Delaware, for sending in that suggestion. We have to take a break because we're going to go live on Fox Good Day when we return. We have the bizarre file to get to. We have MMR's concert cash and your first chance at winning $500 and MMR bikini tickets to the field. And you can walk on my team. You can participate and be a part of this if you donate and sign up for Team Preston WMMR. You get a team T-shirt. We will actually get to walk on Lincoln Financial Field. If you've always wanted to be down there on the field,
pretty cool.
Chance to do that. Swoop will be there, Eagles cheerleaders, and not to brag or anything, but I'm this year's media honored hero.
Wow.
So I'm getting an award. So thank you, everyone. Please quiet down. And you can hear my call late in the night. Whatever it is, I can't make that noise again. And that's me. So anyhow, yeah, it's coming up on the 12th of June, and it's for Crohn's and Colitis Foundation Research, Education, and Patient Support Services for those suffering from inflammatory bowel diseases, which are insanely painful, gang. So if you could help out, that would be great. And sign up for the team. And just go to WMMR.com and click on events, and you will find the info there, and would love to have you on the team.
Preston, I got a text yesterday from Giovanna Pisano. Giovanna won our Isolation Idol contest. Remember that from 2020, right at the beginning of the pandemic? Her band, Dinah, is going to be playing at your event. So she's she saw the information on the website, and she's like, "Oh my God, I get to see Preston." She was on our show via Zoom, but never got to meet us.
Yeah.
So Giovanna and her band are going to be there at that event on June 12th, which is really cool.
They always have several bands in different parts of the concourse playing as you're walking along, and there's usually, like superheroes and things. It's really cool.
But it's cool also. You've had to do it in a more mitigated way over the past couple of years, and this is sort of a return to what everyone loved about the event.
All these upcoming events are finally going to be what they once were, which is great. So participate.
You and them.
If you can. We and them. All right, I got this email. It was a little while back, but better late than never. I thought this was an interesting question to pose to people. So I got this email from Brian, who lives in, is it Lewis, Delaware? Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
Lewis, Delaware, yeah. L-A-W-E-S, Lewis, Delaware. He said, hey, he said, I had an idea that I thought might be interesting. Recently, I learned that my in-laws have a garbage disposal, and they refuse to use it because they don't want to break it. They keep a trash bag in the sink for food scraps instead of allowing them to go into the garbage disposal.
So they have a device that they never use for fear of breaking it.
Yes. And he said, this is pure insanity to me. And it got me to thinking, if there are other things of convenience that some people refuse to use for fear of breaking them. So, and he also said, additionally, it's become clear to me that people love to do greetings when they go live on the air. I thought maybe a segment maybe called the Salutation Station would be cool. And it would allow people to get in and get their greeting fix. Now, we'll worry about that another time. But anyhow, that's an interesting question. So you have this device that is made specifically for this one thing to do, yet you don't want to use it because you might break it. But what's the point of having it if you're not going to use it?
I know this phenomenon exists with a lot of people. I'm a gadget guy, so I will use it. I immediately adopt something and I'll use whenever I get it. But I am aware of people who will buy things and never use them.
I do it all the time.
Oh,
I do it
are you guilty of this?
all the time.
By the way, if you are in this situation, call us. I want to hear it. 215-263-WMMR. All right, what is it?
So it's not that I won't use things; it's that I use them
sparingly.
Yes, when absolutely necessary.
Like super sparingly.
Yes.
Will you actually do extra work even though you have something that could get something? Okay.
So Casey and I we usually walk into work together, and he noticed it, I guess, a couple of times, and then finally said something to me. So this is just one example. Here at the station, when you walk into the building, there's the door that you can hit for, it's like a handicap, and it'll for somebody walking through, and it'll open the door for them.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So that's the only door you can get in the morning when we scan our QR.
MMR. Last slice of music for the week from us, the Preston and Steve Show. And today has been an enjoyable way to wrap up the week. So thanks for being a part of it. We gave some stuff away. We had some nice little combos, and we had a nice guest in this morning. So I would like to thank Mr. Guy Torry.
So good.
For being here this morning. We continued our conversation with him off air, and we were talking about other movies that he was in, like Pearl Harbor and Stuck on You, which he was completely clipped out of.
Yes.
Because they had put him in a Lakers jersey, and they didn't get permission to do that beforehand.
He was playing like a street hustler.
Yeah.
And so if you're playing something that is less than desirable, they don't want
Well, you got to get approval ahead of time.
Get approval,
and they didn't do it. So, but super nice guy, funny guy. He's going to be at Helium Comedy Club. There's shows tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday as well. So it was cool to spend some time with it. Always great to spend time with Matt Cord, too.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
He's a really nice guy. I got to talk to him.
Yeah.
He was friends with Moses Malone.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, he like friends enough like they used to call each other on the phone and talk.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Do you know his brother is a massive Sixers fan?
Moses Malone?
No. Guy's brother. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because Guy's a big Lakers fan.
Yeah.
You know who else is a huge Sixers fan? Is my son's brother.
Nice.
What's his name?
Seamus.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, really nice guy.
How you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling great. No sad bro Friday.
Yes.
Yeah.
For real. Carry it on.
By the way, your ELO run yesterday was pretty amazing.
Goodness.
Yeah.
So I got an email for that, and you can always email me for the blocks, matt@WMMR.com. And the guy's like, "Can you play ELO?" I'm like, maybe choose. It's not really an MMR band. I ended up playing like 7 songs.
Love it.
I had more text messages for ideas and more calls for that band since I've been doing this for like a month and a half.
That's wild. That's great.
Yeah. It was unreal. It was like ELO, this one. And it was almost 24 minutes of ELO songs. Wow. You're a big ELO fan.
Big time. It's a rich catalog, man.
Yeah.
And Telephone Line is one of my all-time favorite songs.
That's what we started with.
I just love that song.
It's funny because we did like 8 songs of ELO, like 24 minutes, and then I did 3 songs of Tool. It was almost the exact same time.
Of course. Then what was the other block? Because you had 3 really good ones.
ELO, gosh, what was it?
ELO.
Oh, Skinner.
Tool.
Skinner. Yeah. I played the 14-minute version of Freebird, the one from Atlanta.
Yes.
Where he's like, play it pretty for Atlanta.
Yeah.
What song is it you want to hear?
I love it. Yeah.
Nice. All right, we'll find out what you got in store after we do this.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
And the Preston and Steve Show is brought to you today by The Letter.
S as in squeeze.
All right, and we now have a word, and we'll take caller number 610-660-9333. You will get to tell us what the word of the week is, and if you get it right, then obviously we got this cool little prize package that we're going to set you up with. What's happening today?
We got a block of squeeze.
Yes!
There you go.
We got a block of Zeppelin and ZZ Top and more tickets for Lame Ass Trivia for Triumph at April Wine.
What are you doing this weekend?
Well, it's my lovely wife's birthday.
No way.
Going to a fine restaurant.
We're going to Ravanisi's Pizza tonight. Ever go there, Casey?
No, where's
It's
that?
like Neapolitan. You have to order your dough.
Yeah.
It's a BYOB. It's in Conquerville.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we're going to Bormini tomorrow.
Which is amazing.
I got to try that.
I haven't
lasagna
been.
there.
Wife
Yeah.
was just there.
You've
Loved
been,
it.
right?
I have been.
Yeah.
The Negronis are very good.
What's in a Negroni?
A little bit of Grony.
A little bit of
Campari and gin.
Campari and
Yeah.
gin. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a gin guy.
Yeah.
They have a 10-layer lasagna.
Yeah.
I like gin, and I'm not loving Negronis. I just
Yeah.
think they're okay. Yeah.
I love
But
old
it's-
fashions.
Okay.
Yeah, especially in the wintertime.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Negroni's like one of my go-to decision cocktails. Like if I don't know what,
Yeah.
like you can
You
start the
default
night
to
off.
it.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
And I would think they'd have to make them correctly too. Like you
Yeah.
can't get a Negroni like at Fridays.
Too much Grony in this.
a little too sweet. Yeah.
All right, well, cool.
Not enough flair.
Well, that sounds like a cool, exciting weekend
Yeah.
then. Excellent. All right, well, let's try to get a winner, make an exciting weekend for Mark, who is joining us now. Hi, Mark. Good morning, sir.
Hey, bitches.
Hey, what? All right, Mark, lay it on us. We got a word. What is it?
Texas.
Yes, it is. Old man from Texas.
All right. Mark, we are going to give you a 4-pack of tickets for Ensemble Arts Philly's upcoming Broadway series show, Clue. It's coming to the Forest Theater January 20th, and we're also going to give you a $200 gift card to Bud and Maryland's for dinner. So you got dinner, you got a show for 4 people. You'll have a great time, my friend. Congrats.
Sounds like the candlestick in the library.
Yeah, I love it. Well done. Colonel Mustard would be proud. All right, hang on a second, Mark. We're going to set you up. And don't forget that Clue is the ultimate whodunit that's going to leave you dying of laughter and keep you guessing until the final twist. You can get tickets today to the show that's running from January 20th to the 25th at the Ensemble Arts at ensembleartsphilly.com. We will thank our sponsors, and those sponsors happen to be Acme, fresh foods, local flavors, and also the Preston and Steve Show brought to you by Dunkin', and of course, Preston and Steve Show runs on Dunkin'. Next week on our program, got some good stuff to mention. Bert Kreischer,
yes,
will be joining us.
The debut of his Netflix series.
That is correct. So we'll see how Bertie Boy is doing. We're also going to have actress Kelly Rice. Is it Rice or Reese, Casey? Do you know?
That's a good question.
Kelly Reese or Rice. So if you watch The Last True Detective, she's actually a former MMA fighter.
Yes.
Turned actress. She was so good.
You guys love her.
On that series. Yeah. So she's going to be joining us. And our old friend Ed Bassmaster is going to be in studio. We'll see what's up in his world, and we'll add a bunch of other people to that list and things to do and give away. So that's it. We are done. Rage on. Have yourself a great day in the morning. Cold weekend, so stay warm, my friend, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.